6:01. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Titans start the Robert Saleh era in the preseason 1-0 after beating the 49ers last night, 19-13, thanks in large part to kicker Joey Sly, who knocked 4 field goals in, 3 of which went from beyond 50 yards. Cam Ward and the Titans starters played 3 up-and-down series, but on the first one, they went 11 plays for 95 yards, capping off by a Tony Pollard 5-yard rushing score. Cam went 5 for 12 for 57 yards, but speaking of starters, rookie right guard out of Arkansas, Fernando Carmona, got the start at right guard over the veteran Cordell Volson. Coming up today, Titans head coach Robert Saleh is scheduled to speak to the media at 11 a.m. Other NFL scores last night, as there's 5 other games. The Bengals beat the Lions 16-14. The Steelers, they downed the Packers 28-9, led by rookie quarterback Drew Aller, who threw for 153 yards and 3 total touchdowns. The Colts and Patriots tied at 13. The Cardinals handled the Raiders 27-14 in Fernando Mendoza's preseason debut. And the Chargers crushed the Texans 27-7. Also, the Seahawks, they're signing former Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold, who was released by the Lions earlier this summer after he was charged with multiple felonies. It's a 1-year deal for Arnold. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Ramon and Will on 104.5 The Zone. I'm Zach Lyons. I'm not Will. I'm not Ramon. Got Justin Hawkins behind the glass. I'm filling in for roughly the first hour. I've been prepared for this possibly happening all week. Was communicating with Will after the game. And I said, Will, just let me know, should I go ahead and go to bed? Because it's like way past my bedtime. It's like midnight. That's way past my bedtime. And he goes, yeah, go to bed. I said, hey, I'll set my alarm for 5, wait to hear you from there. And woke up at 5, and I have a text by Will, a little peek behind the glass. About to take off. Plane screen says we'll land at 5:26. I'll keep you updated. So when I wake up at 5 and see that, I'm sitting in my bed like a teenager looking at the phone screen, waiting on someone I have a crush on to write back. And I'm like, well, does that mean I should go ahead and start getting ready? And then so I'm waiting for the 3 dots. And at 5:20, I get the 3 dots. And I'm like, yes, this must mean they've landed. We're good to go. And he goes, you awake? And then, as soon as I knew that, I started getting out of bed because I was like, it's over. I gotta get into the studio. And he's like, Zoom or the studio? And I'm like, I think I can make it into the studio. I made it in with 4 minutes to spare.
Sure did.
So,
well, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Will, an actual travel update from Will and them. Their ETA is 6:15, so I don't have to really do much. So I'm here for 15 minutes.
I appreciate you waking.
let's tear some crap up before they get here. 615-737-1045. There was a game last night. We could talk about a game.
Let's do it all in 15 minutes and leave them nothing to talk about.
That would be, if I was fully prepared for that, I would do that. Was Fernando Carmona the best Fernando that played in a preseason last night? There was Fernando Mendoza, but Fernando Carmona looked pretty good. I'm sure Ramon and Will talk about that. 615-737-1045. What did you guys think of Cam Ward's performance? Like, how would you grade it? Because he got considerable time, but it wasn't great. Like that first drive, what was it? Like 11 plays, 95 yards.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was all jacked up last night. If I had watched that full drive before I came in this morning, I wouldn't even need the Celsius I'm drinking. Like that was awesome. You had like Daniel Bellinger lined up out wide on the Calvin Ridley play with Carnell Tate inside him. You got to see a little bit more flavor and variety from this offense than you typically do in the preseason. The run lanes they were opening up, and I know there's going to be those people that call in or in the chat like, well, it was a good second team and blah, 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 blah. Well, the first team defense kind of struggled with the offense of the 49ers, and I'll say this, like, Stribling made some grown man catches. and the cornerbacks and defensive backs weren't that great. Both things can be true. That Stribling got his whenever he was targeted. But he made some pretty spectacular catches with guys in his area. Now, does that say more about Stribling? Does that say more about the cornerbacks?
Well, I mean, I will say, like, coming out of the draft, there was when the 49ers took him as early as they did in the second round, there was a little bit of shock and awe as to why they did. But then there were some reports that there is reason to believe that he was one of the more favorited wide receivers in this draft, and you kind of saw it on display. For me, for Cam Ward, you just saw a guy, and Robert Saleh even said it in his post-game press conference last night, was that he just seemed a little bit more sped up in the game than he had in practices. So I don't know if that's preseason jitters. It's preseason, come on. But I don't know if that's game jitters. You're wearing your uniforms, you're under the lights, you're playing in front of a large crowd at Levi Stadium in San Francisco. He looked pretty good on the first drive, went 2 for 4 for 34 yards, but then it was 2 for 8 for 23 yards, or 3 for 8 for 23 yards in the second 2 drives. He just looked like a guy that he's got new receivers, and he's trying to figure out his tempo and his timing and everything like that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the creative excuse making for all the performances that we saw last night. Like, you can say and give credit to Dazon Stribling, and you can also say, Cordell Flott and Alontae Taylor didn't really play that well. Marcus Harris definitely was one of the reasons why Stribling was able to go off as well. There's a lot of times where they moved Stribling around, and he was on Marcus Harris. And, you got to make a tackle at that. You can't just, help Stribling to get the first down. And it wasn't just them either. I mean, there was some missed tackles all over the board. There was Cody Barton missed an easy sack on Rourke, early in the first quarter. That allowed them to pick up a late first down. Which was just terrible form by Cody Barton.
Yeah, like a 4th and 5, and then Rourke ended up picking up the first down in midfield. Now, the Titans did eventually get that stop, but there was some missed tackling all over the board there. Yeah, it was everywhere.
Because Flott's getting a lot of the ire from Titans fans, but also I feel like Marcus Harris is kind of getting off a little easy out of this game. That's a guy that came out at OTAs, and we heard all this stuff about, how great he was, how physical he was, how he's the biggest nickelback that Robert Saleh has ever had, and all this stuff. And since the pads have come on, he's been pretty pedestrian. When the lights were on last night, wasn't that good. So it will be interesting to see how these corners who are still adjusting to this scheme, will they actually get better? Now, they're going to allow wide receivers to make plays somewhat because they're trying to keep everything in front of them. But a couple of those plays with Stribling got behind them. And now that one that was really deep was that was a really good pass. That's like a once-in-a-lifetime pass from Curtis Rourke last night. He drops it right in the bucket to only where Stribling can get it. And Flott was there. That play's not going to end up the way it did 10 out of 10 times.
Right. I think with Flott, you've seen it in camp as well and the joint practices. Some of the reports is Flott has somewhat allowed some of these big plays, but he's always there in the play. So some of these, they're going to even out eventually. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where he's going to be there, he's going to make the play, he's going to get his hand in there. But then there's other times where he's going to give up this big play, but he's just right there, so he needs to figure this out. I don't know how much we just need to pump the brakes a little bit, just because this is the first preseason game. Everything's new. New defensive coordinator, new head coach calling plays. Everything's new. Everybody's got it in this new system. They got to figure out the scheme, both offense and defense. The way that Dable wants to run things, the way that Gus Bradley and Saleh want to run their defense. Everything's a little bit different. The only really kind of consistency here is the special teams, which was excellent last night.
Yeah. Because, we mentioned it like the new excuse or the new scheme. That's technically kind of an excuse, right? Now, it may be right now it's more reason than excuse.
I just say it's because it's preseason.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But if we're still seeing this stuff trend into preseason game 3, because these starters are going to play. I feel like this isn't what we saw last night is going to be the trend going forward. If these starters continue to play and they continue to struggle, joint practices coming up. You got you're going to be facing a crop of wide receivers from these two teams that are pretty good. And if they're continuing to struggle against the ones in camp, which they did at the San Francisco 49ers training camp, then continue to struggle with the twos and the threes like they did, and Stribling's technically probably a one, but Curtis Rourke isn't. Like, you got to start saying, okay, well, scheme can't be an excuse this long. The 8-week gelling period that used to be the thing and all that kind of stuff, to a certain extent, but like, we can't lean on that to explain away bad play. It's like, oh, they weren't getting pressure last night. Well, Big Jeff was only in for 13 plays. Okay, well, did anybody remember really Big Jeff for 13 plays? Did he make his presence? Yeah. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, no JFM, no Jacob Martin. Well, you're going to have games where JFM and Jacob Martin aren't going to be a factor in the pass rush, so someone has to step up in their place. Like, it's okay to criticize, okay to understand this is preseason game one, but take note of what happened. Like, Cam Ward, you're right. And I know Saleh said it, but he did look like after that first drive, he got anxious or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than he looked like everything. He was trying to speed everything up. Right. And then the old Cam Ward reared its head. He's holding on to the ball, going big play hunting, and then it was too late for him to get the throw out of bounds, which he was trying to do, but it was too late.
Yeah, I'm hoping today, so Robert Saleh was going to speak to the media at 11 o'clock this morning, and I'm hoping that he'll kind of break that down a little bit more other than just he's kind of sped up, because you saw him operate this offense very efficiently on that first drive.
Yeah.
Very much in control. But then after that, his connection with Wan'Dale Robinson was a little shaky. He was zipping the ball, but, I know on the broadcast, Taylor Zarzour made the comment that Jackson Dart may not throw as hard of a ball that Cam Ward does. Well, that doesn't matter. They've had a good connection in camp. Why doesn't that translate to the game? And it's because I think he was just a little bit more anxious and a little bit more ready to get that ball out in those moments. They're a little high or a little far ahead of him, or just simply too fast, and Wan'Dale couldn't control the ball. Well,
and even the Carnell Tate, Elikiah Manor connection couldn't get there. And Elikiah Manor, talk about when the lights came on and not showing up, I thought he had a pretty terrible night last night. Mm-hmm. Didn't matter who the quarterback was. Right. I know Charles Davis talked about it, but you could see it in the replay where he's not giving Will Levis the chance to make the correct throw because he didn't run the right route near the sideline. I thought that there was a pass that he could have caught. It looked like with Mitch Trubisky and Cam Ward, he wasn't on the right page, where they were expecting to go with the ball versus him. Mm-hmm. And if you're doing it with two different quarterbacks, I have to start leaning on the wide receiver in that case.
Yeah, I get that. It was just a kind of a misconnection all the way around. You did see a little bit more of a better ran offense when Trubisky came into play. It just seemed like he was more comfortable. He's the savvy veteran in the room, and you saw that on display.
Yeah, I do, but that first drive was so picture perfect. Like, it was exactly what you wanted to see from Cam. It's exactly what you wanted to see from this offense. And if you can start making that the norm, now, not every play is going to be 11 plays, 95 yards, and end in a touchdown. Not every drive is going to be that way. But if that becomes the norm for this team, then this team can be competitive. If drives 2 and 3 are the norm, where they were the norm last year, then we're just in for a longer ride, and we're going to have quarterback questions heading into the year 3 of Cam already. But I tend to think that that first drive is going to be the norm for this offense. Again, I don't expect them to score and go 95 yards every drive, but I expect the way that it looked, the way that it functioned, the way they get in and out of the huddle, the way they were able to run the ball, which if you guys, I'm not sure how you guys have talked about, but on Cover 2, we've talked about how the run game is so important for Cam this year because was when he was at his best last year. And I think last night when you saw that they kind of leaned into the run game, and it was a good-looking run game. I mean, it didn't matter if it was Tajay Spears or Tony Pollard, who all Titans fans hate both of them, it seems like.
Very efficient.
They were awesome last night. So, like, that run game right there And it got, I think, that first team offensive line in a rhythm. If you notice when the second and third team, and they were just kind of like pass heavy.
Right.
And Mitch Trubisky, I think Nick Singleton had some of his best runs, and he had some better pass block. But when Will Levis got in there and they became pass heavy, it wasn't as good. Wow. And so you got to establish that run, and that's why you got to establish
the offensive line.
Yeah, well, some of it is the offensive line.
Yeah.
Austin Deculus, woo, buddy.
Woo.
He is rough. It is rough out there for him. I cannot wait to go and watch the All-22. And let me say this. When he's unblocked, Femi's the best defender on this team.
He made a really good impact last night, didn't he?
When he is unblocked, ain't nobody better. Keldrick Falk, I thought, had an up and down. I don't want to give away too much since I'm only going to be here for 15 or for a few more minutes. But 615-737-1045. I'm going to tee it up for Will and Ramon when they get in. But, like, what grade would you give Cam Ward? What grade would you give the free agents? Call in. 615-737-1045 is the number. We'll go to your phone calls throughout the show. This is Ramon and Will on 1045 The Zone.
Well, we are coming in hot on Ramon and Will, straight from the airport into the studio and into your hearts. Ramon Foster, Rhett Bryan, Will Bowling, Zach Lyons. A round of applause for Zach Lyons.
Thank you, Zach.
Well done, sir.
Well
done.
I appreciate you
Teamwork
so
makes
much.
the dream work, as they say.
Yeah.
So I told you I would try to text as close to 5 as I could, and then here I am waking up at like 5:25, and I'm like, oh, please be awake. Please be awake.
I was
Please
staring
be
at my
awake.
phone the whole time.
That's
From 5 to 5:20 when you sent that text, I was staring at my phone waiting for the 3 dots.
You were a gentleman and a scholar.
Yes, you are. Welcome to Zombie Land, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrenaline now. And we're just going to ride this thing out and hang out with you guys to talk some Titans. So 615-737-1045 is our number. Whew. What do we think, gentlemen?
A lot. There's a lot of mixed reviews, of course. Seeing social media come a part of this conversation this morning, man. I thought the run game was most definitely the strong suit of what the show was last night. The physicality that Coach Sal has spoken about time and time again showed up, and it showed up early. To start the 5-yard line and go 95 yards, I don't care if it was mostly reserves. You imposed your will, and you did it in a way that you needed to. If that had been a 3 and out, you put yourself in a situation where you can be more strongly judged, then I think that's a bad step. You take what was given to you in those moments, and you body them. I love the way they punched the ball in right there with Tony Pollard with the 5. What was it, about 5 yards in?
5 yards?
Yeah, 5 yards.
Opening drive, 11 plays, 95 yards on the opening possession. And Rhett, that was the thing Robert Saleh wanted to see from his team. He wanted to see physicality, and he wanted to see the aggressiveness that they have been building in camp.
He did, and this was a nice way to cap off the week that they've had out there, because, there's all those reports and live tweets of the joint practice on Tuesday and fisticuffs, dust-ups, whatever you want to call them. But, as they kept doing this throughout the ball game, and again, it's one preseason game, I get it, small sample size, but 93 yards a game rushing's all they averaged last year, 4.2 a carry. They did 167 last night at 5.4 a carry. I get it. It's a preseason game. 49ers had a bunch of guys hurt, but you still had to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was good runs by all the backs.
5 carries for 47 for Julius Chestnut. 34 of those coming late in the game on one run. 4 for 35 and a 25-yard rush for Tajay Spears, who averages 8.8 yards per carry. Nick Singleton, 8 for 31. Tony Pollard, 4 for 22. Will Levis, 4 for 22, which I want to talk about later in the show as well. We talk about the scheme being vanilla in preseason.
Yeah.
I didn't think the run game stuff was super vanilla. Did you? I'm seeing Fernando Carmona get downhill and just steamrolling human beings in the run game in front of Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. I'm curious all y'all's thoughts on that, because I think Brian Daboll deserves more credit for the run scheme that he has and the different ways he gets linemen going downhill to pave the way for his running back.
No, I still think that was very simple. Like, you're asking them to do a basic pull left or pull right. The physicality they met at the point of attack was not basic. That wasn't vanilla. Like, that violence that you was looking for is kind of what they wanted to see this group be set up to do. You don't want them to have, eccentric type of play to where they got to do something more than just run straight down and body somebody. That was the physicality that Fernando Carmona has. That's what I think they want this identity to be on the ground game as well. And I thought that part of it is what will allow him, if it goes still in his direction, to win that position.
Yeah, excuse me. I talked about it right before we went to break on the first segment, but it's like the play to Calvin Ridley for 18 yards.
Yeah.
Well, that had Daniel Bellinger lined out wide with Carnell Tate on his inside. Like, that kind of, it doesn't seem like much, but that was able to get Calvin Ridley a little bit open while also kind of figuring out what this defense was going to show you pre-snap. And I don't think this was very vanilla. Like, even the play where there's the intentional grounding, there were 2 outs. It was 12 personnel, but there were 2 players to his left that he could have gone to. Just got caught big play hunting. Yep. And Chimere DK teased him a little bit, right? Because he got open, but there's 3 defenders around him, and that teased Cam Ward a little bit. It kind of like tempted him. And so, like, he got caught, and then he couldn't make the play and escape. But the screen game was another thing that I thought looked way better. If Cam Ward would have executed to Wan'Dale Robinson in the flat, then I think Wan'Dale would have got like 5 or 6 yards. But the screen game was very effective. And you kind of know, at least in preseason, screen games are going to happen all the time. So, like, run game, screen game, the stuff that's most predictable was the most effective, I thought.
It was.
And you could see, too, from our vantage point, the nickel blitzing from the left side of the offensive line for Cam. And that's the direction he was throwing to Wan'Dale. And you have basically 2 receivers on 2 defensive backs out there, totally on an island. And he felt pressure when the pressure wasn't really there yet. On that throw specifically, you have a nickel blitzer, and it felt like Cam on that play, and just some other times last night, rushed a pretty routine play that he would tell you he should be making.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is, man. We've spoken about that. Like, that is the next step. We talked about that a little bit last night on the broadcast. For Cam is, okay, these defenses are going to bait you. They're going to see where it's a feast down the field, and that's probably a little bit of fool's gold, and that's the next step, man. And again, this is a new offense. You got to test some stuff, got to try some stuff out. When you look at the way that intentional grounding happened, like you had 3 individual guys who were blocking on that play. I felt like there was a little bit of a rollout. You had a whole bunch of space, and Cam's supposed to sit in that pocket, and I think that play is actually supposed to be gone sooner. It's supposed to be going right now. You said he had a couple of outlets on that as well, Zach, and that's where you got to say, yep, you know what? We'll get him next time. But I can understand the momentum that the offense was having at the time. Like, you felt like the offense was ready to take that shot. And here's the other part, though, too. We've been at these practices. We've seen, of course, more red-like motions and stuff they do in the backfield and around the pre-snap, just zig and zagging that they do as well, to where you know maybe the defense will be caught on his heels in those moments, as opposed to, like I said, the dam just kind of broke and Cam just kind of panicked and did a little bit of rookie Cam stuff.
Yeah, I thought, like, even the Gunnar Helm screen play that was like for 16 yards, you saw big Sloatman out there down the field, and I'm like, is that Aaron Brewer down there running? Because, I mean, he was down the field running with Gunnar Helm.
Yeah, man.
And so, like, again, the stuff that they were able to execute because Cam Ward was playing on time.
On time, Zach.
If he continues to do that more often than not, continues to grow and play on time in this particular offense, it's really suited to his skill set, because that particular play even required Cam Ward to do a little thing that Cam Ward likes to do, throw around a defender,
sure did.
Sidearm, and that kind of, should satiate Cam Ward a little bit, because he knows to play backyard football.
Love Zach.
Wait before 7 a.m.
We just got off the plane.
Hey, listen. I got 5 hours of sleep. My vocabulary's a little bit better this morning.
I was bragging, Cam.
But like, that should appease, Cam Ward a little bit to maybe ease up on the big play hunting.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rhett, we talked about that last night on Titans Radio, and Mike Borgonzi, in our visit with him on Titans Countdown, made a comment that he's made and many have made through this build-up to the season. Cam Ward and Brian Daboll are essentially the same person. Those are Mike Borgonzi's words. And now you get to have those two sit together in the film room and break down this year's game film for the first time. Nobody is harder on Cam Ward in the world than Cam Ward. There's no one disputing that. But Daboll might be second place, the way that he communicates with his quarterbacks. And I think in a lot of ways, this is where Cam Ward's maturation process really does begin, is correcting a 5 for 12 performance for 57 yards last night.
I think also how Daboll and he got to know each other a little bit through the draft process last spring of 25 probably laid a little miniature foundation to this. But, yeah, it's not surprising to hear Mike Borgonzi say that, because, I mean, I've said it all offseason. The Cams and the Jeffs Simmons of the world, they needed alpha coaching.
Yeah.
They needed that. And now, where it may get interesting is when we get into the regular season and Cam's wanting to do whatever on third and whatever, like in quarterback, he's like, no, son, we're not doing that. We're going to do whatever. Application and communication and listening to Brian Daboll is where it starts. The thing I'm encouraged by is just seeing total product on the field. It just seems so different from this time a year ago. I mean, the run game part of it, was really good. Seeing those offensive linemen chirp.
Yeah.
Man, when they were moving those dudes off the line of scrimmage in that first drive, I mean, they were feeling it.
Yes, they were.
I mean, just seeing Fernando Carmona Jr. and J.C. Latham, like they were all involved in this thing. But I don't know. It's encouraging to kind of just see some earmarked improvement. And again, I know one preseason game, I get it. But it just looks different. It just does. And I'm interested in, first of all, just thinking about some of the highlights. That catch that DMR made.
Oh, yeah.
And got his clock cleaned. Like, that was big boy catch right there.
Throw of the night from Will Levis, too, in the third quarter when that happened.
Yeah. And then seeing the Nick Singleton of it all and how early he got carries and what he did with those carries. Like, in y'all's draft analysis, like he's not this elusive side-to-side runner, and but you get him past traffic.
I thought his vision's been a little bit better, too.
Yeah.
And what his tape's been now, his vision needs to be better on his pass blocking because, oh, boy.
I think he could see the guy he was blocking. He just wasn't able to block it.
He got carried on that one.
And that's a welcome to the NFL moment. That's what preseason's for.
Yes.
Yeah, the backs aren't asked to do that in college.
No.
They're not.
Not really. Not the premier starters. Not like that unless like that's your calling card from the day you get on campus or the way you get on field in general. That's usually looking at the chat conversation now as far as Singleton. Somebody said he's the Titans' new Eddie George. And I'm like, slow it down. And I'm not saying that he doesn't.
Seabiscuit.
Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't have the capability, but that is usually the first step that young running backs have to accomplish is pass protection. It's okay. You can run up and down the field. We got 4 other guys in the backfield that can do that. What are you going to do when that linebacker's screaming down your face and it's time for you to pick him up and blitz pickup? That's where you earn your money, not the handoffs.
And that was Tatum Bethune, right?
Oh my gosh.
So like he's seeing a rookie running back over there, and he's like, "Oh, I am still fighting for my roster spot on this team.
Yes.
I'm taking this guy out. This is free money."
And by that time in the game as well, like the play calls offensively and defensively were simple enough to where if you had any level of physicality, there was no wiggle, there was no shake. It was just straight bulldozers, and you need to combat that. He didn't do a good job of combating that last night. When I tell you, he got rolled. Like we saw this like some bowling pins last night.
Right.
Like he gonna have a point. Somebody, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? He gonna point to that moment right there, and that's not bad. Coach Randy Jordan's gonna grab him this week. You know what his emphasis is going to be? That, and that's the other part of like us discussing this tape and this game from last night. There will be a lot of cussing in meetings. There will be a lot of red laser pointer at the film on this tape right here, and that's where we also have to be realistic about what the goals are. They're still in development and evaluation portion of this season right now. On top of this being a new staff with a bunch of new moving parts, with a new offense and a new defense, I'm not, of course, excuse making because you got to win those plays when it's just basic calls.
Well, to your point though, like Robert Saleh told Taylor Zarzour on Titans Countdown last night, he's like, we're at the floor of where we are getting started from. Like, we're not, nothing, no mountains have been moved, no great things. I mean, they're very, very realistic about what they are and what they're doing and how young they are as a team.
Question on YouTube. You can chime in there, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. You can also call in and give your thoughts on last night's game, 615-737-1045. We have a full studio. We also have plenty of room for your analysis and takes as well on the phones. JT asks Ramon a question. Says, would you have pulled starters after the first touchdown drive on offense for confidence purposes?
Heck no. Absolutely not. If here's the thing, if we want to just be all about, confidence, we can go to the McDonald's playground and have a birthday party. Like,
really?
Yes. Grab 5 friends.
Can I get a Happy Meal?
Party of 6, 5 friends.
There's no McDonald's land cookies, though. I'm out.
No, absolutely not, man. Get you a little.
Is the flurry machine working? Yeah, I was about to say, if the flurry machine's broke, confidence shot.
Our brains were the same spot.
My point of it is this. This camp isn't supposed to be la-la land. It's supposed to be very challenging. It's supposed to put guys in bad situations Coach probably even made them go out one more try just to say, you know what? I want to see where their minds are. Or psychologically, can I still trick them because they're supposed to be pros in this? That confidence crap is through the door. I feel like that's what you've dealt with the last couple of years is let's just make sure everything's all right. No, screw that. Have some adversity in these types of games. I'm into this. Like, legitimately.
I can tell.
I'm into guys having to be embarrassed and figure out ways to get through it. Same way as we're going to have this discussion about Cam. Now, we reset. What are you moving forward into this week against Seattle and going into the second preseason game? This is not a bad thing.
Well, you still want these guys to learn, right?
You
So
do.
if he has a
Teachable
perfect drive,
moments.
what's he learning?
I'm not asking
now
you.
you got teach tape.
Exactly.
Teachable moments.
And we got to see, okay, they scored. Cam Ward started getting them maybe a little too hype.
Exactly. And that's the part of the word. Even Coach Sala has said that. We brought up the comments that Fred Warner had on them last week when they were jawing back and forth doing the joint practice. He was like, man, yeah, I love that. Cam's one of the one quarterbacks that'll go back at me, but he got to play the position. That's the part where you don't get too high, don't get too low. We need to operate right here at cruise control and just let the car do its thing and just keep it within the navigational beacons. That, to me, is where you want to see next week against Seattle.
615-737-1045 is our number. Dealer's choice, Zach Lyons. You want to do one more segment, or do you want to get out of here?
I think I got one more.
I think Zach kinda likes
Let's do one more segment.
I'm awake.
We'll go to your phone calls, get your reaction. What did you think about the Titans win over the 49ers last night? Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Rhett Bryan, Zach Lyons, Justin Hawkins, and you on 104.5 The Zone. What's going on? It's Will Bowling for my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. The team at Brentwood Jewelry knows that quality and cost are always a consideration. Whether you're shopping for an engagement ring, a pearl necklace, a luxury watch, you'll be happy to know Brentwood Jewelry's everyday price is the best price. The quality of both their products and customer service are always top notch. So choose Brentwood Jewelry for all your celebrations, engagements, graduations, and anniversaries. Family owned and operated in Middle Tennessee, Brentwood Jewelry is going to take care of you. 7012 Church Street East, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. I was making that short drive down to 7012 Church Street East quite a bit over the past couple of months for my wedding, and they made every big purchase, big decision so easy for me and for my now wife. So shop local with Brentwood Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jewelry store for over 50 years. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for over 50 years. Online at BrentwoodJewelry.com. Thinking about getting into the trades or ready to take your skills to the next level? Lee Company is where real career growth begins. What's going on? It's Will Bowling. Lee Company is hiring skilled tradespeople in HVAC, plumbing, electrical, sheet metal, and more. With 80 plus years in business, Lee Company takes care of their employees with competitive pay, great benefits, free training, and advancement opportunities. You can apply today at leecompany.com/careers. That's leecompany.com/careers from the business with over 80 years of experience serving Middle Tennessee. Lee Company is a multi-award winning great place to work with 16 community locations in Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, and Georgia. Available 24/7. Head online to leecompany.com/careers. That's Lee Company, all you need. Wrapping up the first hour of the show, Ramon and Will back from San Fran and in studio. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Rhett Bryan, and Zach Lyons hanging out with you this morning. Open for your phone calls and thoughts at 615-737-1045. We begin with Henry in Lebanon. What's up, Henry?
Morning, Henry.
Good morning, gentlemen. I like the squad we have assembled this morning.
Thank you.
I hope you guys had your coffee, Red Bull, whatever it was you needed. I was up with y'all last night. I know it was a struggle getting up this morning, but y'all did an excellent job, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Man, I just wanted to give somebody their flowers this morning, man. Joey Sly, man. He had a rough start last year. I was really happy with his performance last night, man. I know when that first field goal opportunity came up, I was real nervous. Man, he banked it through, and he did an excellent job all night last night, man. I just wanted to see y'all's thoughts on that.
Thank you, Henry. Appreciate the call.
Henry.
If there was a biggest winner last night, I'd be hard-pressed to find somebody better than Joey Sly.
Yeah, because he was 6 for 6 in the joint practice on Tuesday. And in my opinion, he won the week as much as anybody you could name on that roster.
They brought in that competition. He saw those names on the wire. He's like,
butt.
yeah, he's like, not today.
I mean, again, that goes back to your point, Ramon. it's not about confidence right now.
It's not.
It's about competition and seeing who rises to the top.
It is, man. And I was glad to see that from Joey Slye, man. And not just that, the 50-yarders that he also had. Like, the last one that he kicked, the wind was actually blowing in his face. So he still had leg behind that one as well. So I was glad to see him bounce back, man. Going through that kicker tryout cycle, Zach, you mentioned it, man. Those reports were circulating on social media that the Titans were trying out. I think it was like 4 different guys last week.
Yeah.
According to the way I remember it, man. And
they tried one out while they were out there.
Josh Hardy from the Rams.
Yeah. But that's cool because, again, that pressure needs to be tested this time of the year, especially for a guy like him. And I've seen kickers. I've been on teams with kickers that crumble and can't get it back. The way he performed in the blue and white scrimmage, man, you was just really questioning, like, not this year. Like, don't do this now. You know? Like,
you were one of the solid mainstays throughout 2021.
And it was from Thursday practice, too, right? Because he was missing at Thursday practice.
It was, but, like, that is also the ultimate test. And I think that's what's so fascinating about this time of year is practices are fine. You know, some of the stuff that did carry over from the scrimmage showed up in the games, but some of the stuff that was happening, they kind of cleaned up. Like, in-stadium performance matters, and that's where I'm really excited to see what next week provides as well. But Slye, man, did his thing. Most definitely player of the game, in my opinion.
Well, and you're right to bring up the weather part of it because it was 10 to 15 mile-an-hour gusts throughout that thing, and then it changed directions in the second half. So they were doing some navigation of those kinds of things because you watch those flags on the top of the posts, goal posts. And, I mean, that 58-yarder, he had plenty of power on that one.
Yeah, he did.
That was the special teams positive. Bones will get in the film room with some guys this week and make it very clear. Too many special teams penalties last night. And that's common in preseason, especially when you have a lot of players who are trying out for special teams and that being kind of their specialty. But I believe it was either 4 or 5 special teams penalties last night. That's atypical of a Bones Fossil team, although it is typical of a preseason game in the National Football League.
Typical of Sean Hockley, too.
Well, that's also like father, like son, unfortunately.
Did it seem like they were heavy on the broadcast last night, Zach, with flags? Just explanation?
They were definitely having to confer a lot.
Okay.
There was the play in the when they were marching down the field and they were talking about on the broadcast, they thought I think it was Trent Williams had went out and then came back in, but it ended up being the play where I think it was Alontae Taylor or Cordell Flott had the 2 penalties against him. The one got declined, the other one turned into pass interference. Yeah. That one took forever, it felt like. And there was a lot of discussion, a lot of like, you said this, you said that, what's going on here?
It was that and also Stribling's step out of bounds.
Yeah, that one I still was a little shaky.
How in the world did that not come back?
His left foot was out.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like on the broadcast. I mean, it was kind of like the reverse Julio Jones from that Seattle game because, it looked out to me, and even if it was just barely, but I guess they're saying his foot never just like touched or something.
He levitated like I thought he touched.
I feel like they also didn't spend a lot of time to review it as well.
And we only got to see the replay once on the broadcast. I don't know how many times. I'm sure you guys got
in the stadium. We get to see it a good bit, and they just kept rewinding. It looked like again. That's why you get smart as a player. He wore white shoes for a white sideline. And it was in his favor. Smart on them, but I thought he touched.
I watched it once. I was like, oh, okay, so he's out. All right, what else can I work on?
Because it looked like he was out
watching
twice.
Replays.
It looked like he was out twice on the broadcast.
Yeah. It did, man. Stribling, no.
Very weird.
Titans Public Relations just put out a new advisory. They were supposed to have Robert Saleh's press conference at 11 this morning. It's now been moved up to 10 a.m. This morning.
Wow.
Trying to get it done.
Yeah, that's about powering through.
I saw that. Was like, is it going to go back to like 3 or 4 o'clock? Have some time.
Move it up an hour.
It's like the meme of I actually asked my landlord to raise my rent. I just want to show how much of a grinder I am.
Boy, that sounds rich.
Hey, listen, just real quick. I know we're up against it, and since I'm heading out, I just want to say this. What about my boy J.C. Latham? Looking pretty good this week.
Listen,
that's what I've heard.
It all week long. I told y'all when we spoke about it on our show, I said on 3HL, I was just like, listen, for what it's worth, the attitude that you're looking for, the match has been struck.
Yeah.
Not just by, I think this, can I say my own personal opinion? This isn't from the staff or anything else. I think that's why that pairing of him and Fernando Carmona could be very vicious, okay? I like where the O-line is right now. And again, I saw some people pushing back on Peter Skoronski, like he gave a little, what's pressure? What's pressure? Like, that's my thing, too. Like, he getting rocked on a player, too. Those guys are pros as well. Yeah. Also, I think, I'm not sure if it was you that tweeted out, Zach, or somebody. No. It was Stoney.
Yeah.
How we feeling about Dan Moore? Huh?
Yeah.
Because, again, when he's out, there's a significant difference right there.
Ain't even close.
And it shows, man, like, we're going to discuss, I'm sure, Austin Deckless as well. Like, that's got to be, well, I kind of, I'm nudging you a little bit like, hey, don't embarrass me by you saying that the rotation tackle might not be on this team. But Austin was, he had a rough one at the end of that one as well. And also, I got to point out, Cordell Volson. Kind of rough on him from time to time as well. The starting O unit, though, man, I thought jumped out and put their big boots on last night.
J.C. Latham seems like he's pissed off for greatness.
Yes.
Like he does. His motor's
you can
hot,
see it
man.
on the broadcast, too. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, his motor's
I kept
hot.
saying it like all week long. I was like, man, I feel like I'm overhyping
He's
J.C.
yapping.
He grabbing folks and just tossing them out the club, man. Like,
I'm loving it.
That.
Big. It was a big night for the Zach Lyons brand on the game last night because J.C. Latham is really tied to me. I've been fighting J.C. Latham. It feels great.
God.
Stoney Keeley tweeted at 8:23 last night, I'm about to tweet some incredibly irresponsible things about this Titans offensive line, and for a change, he meant it in a good way.
But for real, that starting five that they had last night, if that's your... And I know they went against the twos, and that's what everybody will say.
What they were supposed to do, Zach.
It looked good. And listen, Carmona, the week before this game, heading into the blue and white scrimmage game, I think it was on that Thursday, I'm like, oh, Carmona's getting some run with Cam Ward. Oh, Carmona's in the blue and white scrimmage game. Oh, Carmona is still there at with Cam Ward over in San Francisco. Oh, and he starts the game. Yeah. He gets both drives. And he's going into with the second team, too, next to Pat Coogan.
New rookie.
And I'm like...
He got a lot of reps.
And I don't know that Carmona was ever a glaring hole. I mean, I'm going to go back and watch the all 22, but man, and to your point, we've talked about this a lot, but when Austin Slopeman and Cordell Volson were signed, it's like, well, they obviously have a type.
So.
They're nasty.
Yep, and they're big.
And Carmona, when they drafted him, is nasty.
And big. Yes.
J.C. Latham, nasty. Peter Skoronski's just maybe big.
I'm okay with the cerebral side on the left side. I'm okay with them on the left side.
They're the finesse.
Cool. Listen, that's a little bit of the suburbs on the left side, okay? Like, they already paid. They're good. They got fences, okay?
Yeah,
these boys on the right side got chain link fences, okay? Like, with pit bulls up front.
And Roddies.
Wow. Roddies. Yes, exactly.
I feel like Slopeman could go either way, too, depending on the day.
Yeah.
That's what I want my center to be, okay?
Yeah, I love it.
Zach Lyons, thank you again. You did us a major solid. Thank you for being available to help us out.
No problem.
We owe you one, for sure. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program, we'll get to Vic and Bam. You can hop in on the phone lines at 615-737-1045. A player last night on defense caught our eye, so much so that we felt like he played more than the stat sheet actually said he played. We'll talk about that to start hour number 2. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Rhett Bryan, 104.5 The Zone.
It's Ramon Foster for Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Man, it has been hot. Okay, and if you've had an HVAC issue around your house, I'm here to tell you, man, Hiller is the company that you need to reach out to. But it's not just your HVAC. It's also plumbing and electrical as well. I hit them up personally for an electrical issue that I was trying to just get some low voltage around my house, and Hiller came and installed it for me. They're just a multitask type of company, man. And now I do know this. If you have an issue around your house, they will fix it appropriately, okay? And they solve your problems as quick as they possibly can. The coolest part is this to me. The price you told is the prices you'll actually pay. pay. There are no hidden fees or surprises on your bill at all. They've been in business for over 35 years and are family owned and operated. Hiller, their techs, the folks that come to your house, are very professional, experienced, and they're trustworthy. And they're all background and drug screened as well. When they are on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. Their motto is happy you'll be or the service is free. If you're not satisfied with the work, they will give you your money back. Simply put, man. To learn more about them, head over to happyhiller.com.
7:04. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Titans start the Robert Saleh era and the preseason 1-0 after beating the 49ers Thursday night 19-13 in Santa Clara. Thanks in large part to kicker Joey Sly, who knocked 4 field goals in, 3 of which went from beyond 50 yards out. Cam Ward, the Titans starters, played 3 up-and-down series, but on the first one, they went 11 plays for 95 yards. That was capped off by a Tony Pollard 5-yard rushing score. Cam went 5 for 12 for 57 yards. And speaking of starters, rookie right guard out of Arkansas, Fernando Carmona, got the start at right guard over the veteran Cordell Volson. Coming up today, Titans head coach Robert Saleh is scheduled to meet with the media at 10 a.m. Other NFL scores last night, as there was 5 other games. The Bengals beat the Lions 16-14. The Steelers downed the Packers 28-9, led by rookie quarterback Drew Aller, who threw for 153 yards and 3 total touchdowns. The Colts and Patriots tied at 13. The Cardinals, they handled the Raiders 27-14 in Fernando Mendoza's preseason debut. And the Chargers, they crushed the Texans 27-7. Also, other NFL news, the Seahawks, they're signing former Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold, who was released by the Lions earlier this summer after he was charged with multiple felonies. It's a 1-year deal for both sides. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news once in your home for the Titans and Falls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
For the very first time in 2026, under Robert Saleh, the Tennessee Titans played a football game. And for the next 3 hours, we recap, react, and digest it with you. 615-737-1045 is our number. Streaming live on 1045 The Zone TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. What did Robert Saleh have to say about Cam Ward's performance last night? You will hear from him coming up in 15 minutes and get our takes as well on the debut in the Day Bowl system for Cameron Ward last night. Ramon Foster, Rhett Bryan, Will Bowling, straight from San Fran, straight into studio. Glad to be with you, recapping a football game.
We actually did fly to San Fran this time.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we actually touched down in the city of San Francisco.
We were on that bus, and Taylor Zarza was like, he said, no, we're leaving from San Jose. I'm like, dude, we've been on a bus too long to be going to San Jose. Like, that was way back there.
Said, Taylor, we're not in San Jose anymore.
And then we see this sign that says, welcome to SFO.
And then
it's
I
like,
clapped my heels 3 times, and we woke up in Nashville.
hey.
Let's go to Vic.
Way the sleep went.
615-737-1045. Good morning, Vic.
Yo.
What up, Vic?
Yo,
baby, what's going on?
Oh, man, fellas. Oh, man. Well, we waited a long time for this right here. Woo-wee. Hey, but Ramon, I got to get I look forward to y'all every morning on the way to work. I'm about 10 minutes away from work now. I had to run a little late. I got too excited last night. But, Ramon, boy, you right, man. That offensive line, listen. Whenever Stars Friday y'all had me scared. I was doing camp or something, but golly. Well, we got to run it down their throat. Do a little bit more play action. Well, Cam look comfortable. You know, there's some little drops. So my boy Cardell tight, and they would hold them. They can't stop him. They hold them. Just throw it up. Cardell going to get it. What your brother say? He gonna find it. He gonna find it, Mo.
No doubt about it. He gonna find it, baby.
Well, that offensive line look real good. We just look like a whole. Well, I hear y'all talking about 7 win, 8 win, 9 win. I don't care if we get 0 win. We look like a whole new team right now. We look good. We look good as far as the mental, as far as everybody working together. And I got one, before I get out of here, I got one more thing. I think Jeff needs to go rough them up again this week. All of them. All right, y'all, I'm gone.
I love Vic's demeanor about it. Vic like it's good. But continue to stuff him in the corner. Do it again, Jeff. I like that, man. That's the other part, though, too, is watching that group up front on the defensive line, man, trying to find their way. You see a little bit of what it can be. They didn't close out, and I think that was the storyline of the defense for the most part on those get-home plays in the backfield. There was TFLs early in this matchup, too, but getting to that point in which they close and capitalize on getting to the quarterback and getting them to the ground, I thought that was a super unique position to be in. when what this defense presents. Because if they don't get them to the ground, we see what the issues could be for the second and third level of the defense.
Let's go to Bam in Nashville up next, 615-737-1045 if you want to get in here with your thoughts. What's up, Bam?
Morning, Bam.
Yo, since I missed y'all yesterday, I think we all can collectively do this together now. Football. Football.
Yes, sir, Bam.
Hey, man, it's good to have y'all back. Y'all did great last night, man. Shout out to y'all for what y'all finna do on Titans Radio, man. Y'all sounded great. Y'all had us hype for the game. Man, it was just congratulations to y'all, man. Y'all really represent the culture of the fan base, and y'all keep us informed on everything. So shout out to y'all first, man.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Last night, I really felt the voice of Coach Mack, man. I was like, yo, keep the time dry, man. Like, you kind of see where they're trying to put the cohesion together at. I'm hopeful. The secondary really kind of scared me last night. But again, that's where the keep your powder dry comes in. That, you know, it's the first time everybody back on the field for the first time since last year. But they kind of, I'm going to say this, man, Will Levis is a liability. That's like, he was going to put my man in the hospital.
Talking about DMR?
Yeah, he had my man. It looked like my man was in an ECW match last night. But overall, I'm hopeful. I think, you know, more time, more rhythm, more patience. Next off, we got the coldest jerseys in the league. Hands down. That ain't no debate on that. Them boys look good out there. I'm just hopeful for everything, man. I can see where we need to work at. But overall, it just felt good just to have football back.
No doubt. Appreciate that call, man.
Thank you, Bam. Appreciate the call.
Man. No doubt. Be safe.
Good stuff. You want to react more to that? You want to talk about Femi?
Let's go Femi. I feel like I've been heavy offensively. I do agree with Bam, like that H part, man, that hope word thing kind of raises up a little bit on what the start of that first game was, most definitely. I saw it in there, but it is a keep your powder dry type of moment on good and bad stuff.
Right. Femi Oladejo last night had 5 tackles. He had 2 TFLs. 2 of the 7 tackles for loss that the Tennessee Titans had on defense last night. I think that's the defensive statistic that stands out to you most when you look at the box score. Ramon, you mentioned him a lot on the broadcast. Even when he was not the one finishing the play, he was around the football a lot. Yeah, and we're sitting here with Zach Lyons and looking at the snap counts, including, I think, penalties and maybe a little bit of special teams. He only actually played 29 snaps last night, but he was playing into the fourth quarter. How big of a night was this for second-year, second-round pick Femi Oladejo?
I think just based off the production and what you were asking him to do, he was available for you. He was very much energetic. He was attacking. He held his ground, I feel like, in the run game very often. He's got a quarterback hit in his box score as far as getting back in the backfield. Man, I enjoyed his enthusiasm about being on the field. I honestly thought he would have been done, Will, about the third quarter. It was late in the fourth quarter. He's still making tackles. And not just that, he's jumping on the piles and being the assistant to some of these tackles as well. For a guy that's got a lot to prove, and they drafted at his position this year with Keldrick Falk. He needed that, and I thought he answered the bell, whether it was against the Warrens or whether it was in the fourth quarter with guys trying to make the roster. I was impressed. And I love his mentality and approach to it as far as being a run stopper first, too.
Cedric Gray, wasn't he kind of working in like this last year?
He did.
So, I mean, you're making up for lost time because he missed a chunk of the season last year. The other part of it, the 29 snaps, it seems like it may have been more than that because he's flashing. You're seeing him in the disruption and, like you said, being around the ball. So that magnifies and in our minds multiplies. It's like, how many snaps? No, he played more than that.
I thought it was like 50 snaps. The way, I mean, as much as he showed up last night.
Yeah, I mean, and 7 tackles for loss, and he had 2 of them. I mean, like you said, that shows me he was flashing.
Yeah, it was, but it also shows you I guess, the underlying just cause of what this defense can provide to you. You're in a position in which you can just have guys coming in waves, man. And again, that way in the fourth quarter, you think to yourself, they played a lot. No, they're still going hard. And that's the one thing I saw in Femi's game last night. He still went hard towards the latter part of that game and was still making plays. He needed that probably in the worst way. Missing as much time as he did last year is not what you want going into your rookie year. So I was real proud of the bounce back. And, of course, when you have a lower body injury as well, you want to test that out. You want to make sure those guys that are trying to cut you, you react the way you were supposed to in those moments, and he did everything. Nice check box for him last night.
In a perfect world, you don't want your corners leading you in tackles. Cordell Flott had 5 tackles last night. I know Bam mentioned him as well in his call a minute ago. Dejon Stripling, I think, first and foremost, deserves credit for making some really good plays. And I'll be honest, Curtis Rourke making some really good throws when he had time was 12 of 14 in the night. But Ramon, what did you see from Cordell Flott, a player who was around the football a lot, but unfortunately catches were being made in front of him a lot?
What I saw after the first couple completions was sirens. I heard them being in the mixer. There's a little bit
saxophones.
Saxophones. They got louder. It just wasn't his night. Dejon Stripling, man, he worked them on comebacks. He worked them over the top. He was in the mixer. Like, there was a spin cycle going on, man, and like, that's not the guy that was playing in the New York Giants defense. So I'm hoping either his focus takes the next step, the next play, because he's more than capable. And the other part about it, though, too, he was with Stripling step for step on a lot of those breaks, and Stripling's really good route runner came back to it. It didn't stop for him, and I felt like at some point in time he needed a PBU, and he never actually got it in those moments. You see the talent. His execution last night was not it. The saxophones, Rhett, were getting loud. They got loud, and like, I'm saying it in a joking way, but he need to clean that up on his tape, because this week will be more of the same. The following week will be more of the same. Your tape follows you, and like, some teams will try to game plan off of that going into the regular season. Like, the Jets will look at this tape and be like, okay, we can do this. Like, he's got to fix it quickly.
In the next 10 days, you're going to have a joint practice in the preseason game against Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Come on, man.
Like, and by the way, there's other dudes on that roster that can do it too. I mean, it's defending world champs.
No doubt about it. With a quarterback that can get it there, too.
There's plenty of teachable moments out of all this. And that's why I'm encouraged by what I've seen last night, knowing that there are teachable moments and things to work on in all 3 phases. Mm-hmm. I mean, Will's right. He mentioned how many special teams penalties there were, and the cam of it all, and taking away a little of the hero ball stuff, and there you can go in that phase in the defense and, see where they didn't get to the quarterback as much as you like, or the Cordell Flott of it all.
I think if Cordell Flott had 2 interceptions in this game, we would be sitting here on the other end of the same conversation. A great night. Long way to go. Lots to learn in the system, right? Like, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And on the other side of it, not his best night. There is time to improve. There is time to correct these things. And no one's identity as a football player on this team or any team was set in one preseason game. It wasn't a great night. Let's hope that it's just one night, and you've got 9 days between now and the second preseason game, and less than that, 1 week until a joint practice with the Seattle Seahawks as well.
Yeah, and he's going to have a great test. You just mentioned the stat. I mean, the guys that they're bringing into town, man, legitimately. Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp was in this conversation. You mentioned Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Great route runners.
I'm talking about, I think, one of the best, if not the best. JSN is probably the best route runner in the NFL, the way he can break away from you. And that's where you got to be good in short space. Yeah, like, this is a good test for him. And, again, you can have a bad week or not so flattering night. It's the bounce back that you have to see. And that's where you're going to be judged on more than anything when it comes down to pro, because what you're based on, what you're mostly judged on is how consistent can you be. If you have a bad game, how can we erase that the next week? And that's what's most fascinating about this game and the way they're being judged right now in training camp.
Coming up, let's talk about Cam Ward. Robert Saleh evaluated his performance last night with a caveat, saying, well, I haven't looked at the film, but here's what I noticed a little bit. We'll play you that audio, and we'll give you the chance to react. Are you overly concerned, or is your powder still dry on Cam Ward after last night's performance against the San Francisco 49ers? We talk about that coming up next. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone. Back in studio this morning, hanging out with you and talking Titans. 615-737-1045, the number to react with any take you've got. Right now, talking about the quarterback. And of course, we begin with Cam Ward. Let's go to Drew and McMinnville first before we give you our takes and hear from Cam Ward and Robert Saleh. What's up, Drew? Good morning.
Morning, Drew.
Morning, fellas. Hey, we talking about football games that's been played now. Hey, we're back.
We are.
Cam had me yelling at the TV to get rid of the ball last night. I don't like that. I thought we were getting past that. Couple things. I'm cool. It feels good to get a W, even though it's preseason. It feels good to get a W. I liked our physicality. I thought J.C. Latham played with that attitude that Ramon's been telling me about all week. Played really good. I thought that first group of offensive linemen played real solid. We ran the ball good. I thought our defensive physicality was good. He did kind of get roasted a little bit, but hey, maybe we can learn from it and build on that. Because like you guys said, next week ain't going to get no easier with the guys that's coming in from Seattle. I do think Nick Singleton that's my kind of running back right there, north and south. Get north and south. He is a physical runner. I think he's definitely going to get some carries with the first team. And then Austin Deculus, if he ends up in the game, we're in trouble because that guy, he just get blew up every time. As soon as the ball was snapped, he got blew up. I'm going to hang up, man. Y'all have a good day, but football's back, baby. I'm cool.
It is
absolutely
You sound cool. Whatever highway you driving on, you sound real cool right now, Drew. I ride shotgun with Drew this morning. He has some good takes right there on this call.
Last night, Cam Ward played 21 snaps with the offensive starters. And Cam Ward's final numbers against the San Francisco 49ers were 5 completions on 12 pass attempts for 57 yards. He started 2 of 4 for 34 on the opening possession with both completions on third down. A completion over the middle to Calvin Ridley and a completion to Gunnar Helm on a well-called screen pass to move the chains on 3rd and 10 by Brian Daboll. Ramon, your biggest takeaway about Cam Ward last night was what?
Ooh, okay, I was trying to figure out in my mind. No, I had 3 things that I was thinking of as you asked that question because I do like.
What's number one?
Number one on that list. When he's on schedule, he's damn good.
We knew that. We saw it again last night.
When he's on schedule, he's damn good. That there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You see the zip on the ball, and I don't care what kind of angle he's throwing it as well. If he's got a clear pathway or at least an understanding of where his wide receivers, tight ends, or running backs are, then he takes full advantage of it too. I think that is smart. I also saw him at times last night be aware where the blitzes are. You see that part, I think, is a better understanding and step for him this year as well, too. He saw those corner blitzes, those safety stunts come down as well, and he was getting rid of the ball into the pressure, but he misfired on a couple of those things. But when he's on schedule, Will, I'm going to get into this and get out. He's solid. He's real good.
Rhett, what stood out to you about Cam Ward last night?
More of the same of what Ramon just said, because escaping or trying to escape or roll out of the back of the pocket is a lot of what we saw in 2025. No doubt. Climbing the pocket is what we want to see. And obviously there are scenarios and coverages or blitzes where that may not present itself. When a guy just gets off, and beats, one of the offensive linemen and gets a clear shot or a clear lane, a bull run, whatever. There'll be things like that. But yeah, that rolling out of the back of the pocket stuff, listen, if I had an arm like him, I would be tempted to do all of those things. But when he is able to feel the heat but still climb the pocket,
forward.
yeah,
go forward,
right.
Like that's the point. And I thought look, going into I think this was like the late in the second drive or the third drive, you saw him because the offensive line I felt like had good pocket presence for him. Am I blinded by that? Am I right?
No, that was going to be my next question because I felt the same thing, that he had pretty good pockets to throw from.
He did, and you saw him try to sit in the pocket to make those completions as well. And I think I saw somebody social media asking a question when he was at the podium. It's like, is he a little sped up?
Let's hear from Cam.
Yeah, let's kind of hear that part.
Cam Ward being asked after the game, did you feel sped up in this game?
Maybe a little bit, especially getting back out there. But I seen everything. I was able to move linebackers the way I wanted to. Know each and every coverage they're getting to. So it's really just me slowing down, then putting the ball where it needs to go.
Robert Saleh asked about Cam Ward's performance and mentioned him being sped up as well.
Yeah, you know what? We'll go back and look, and I've got to talk to Dayball still. It felt like his decisions were right. It just felt like he was a little bit sped up more than he has been in camp. It's first time live bullets. I'm not sure, but it looked like his mechanics were a little bit more sped up than it has been, and which is good because we can go correct it, and which is what the preseason's for. But I'm sure he'll look back at it and see that the protection was pretty good, and he could have went through his process a little bit better.
And that's why Cam Ward played 21 plays last night. That's why. I mean, anyone who has ever golfed in their lives know what it feels like to be on the driving range and be hitting it as pure as possible. And then the stress comes in after you hit one in the middle of the fairway and you've got 120 to the green, and all of a sudden your mechanics break down because you have inserted stress. Mm-hmm. You have inserted some sort of pressure, and what you were doing perfectly when you were just over and over and over and over again, just hitting the balls on the range, you don't do as well. Mm-hmm. It's not an excuse for Cam. I think it's just what happened last night, and I hope that now really this is where the process begins, where he and Brian Daboll can get in there and fix some things. But he did feel sped up, and he did certainly show us things that we have not seen over the last week in training camp practice.
Man, I see a good bit of the comments that are coming in from that audio in our YouTube chat, and one of them is, dang, I can't believe Cam admitted it. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't. And then another comment said, to me, Cam doesn't sound confident. So that is this process. This process is a battle of how much I'm going to challenge myself. How much the thing if Cam went up there and was like, no, I was fine. You ask the question next, well, what the hell was the problem then? He's admitting that, he's admitting I was sped up. I got hit in the mouth. I got to figure out how to slow this crap down, because when I'm happy feet or my shoulders are moving, or I'm a little bit jittery, or I go quicker than I'm supposed to, then it's problematic to my teammates. It's problematic to the offense's production. Like, admitting you got a problem, what they usually say is the first step. Right? Like, hey, ain't that rehab 101? Or like, hey,
it's the first of the 12. That's like, it.
Admitting that's the good part of it. And I agree with, the way Cam cadence was. It seems to me Cam got an eye-opener about this process. Like, practice is fine. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. And, what you don't want him to go docile after this moment, and just tap into that confidence of knowing the challenge of getting better is a day-to-day, game-to-game type of responsibility of him as the franchise quarterback.
Where I'm willing to, not that he needs me to do this, but allow him some grace is two things. In year 2, he's learning second offense already.
Yes.
Offensive system. And it's been a long time since he went out midway through the first quarter in week 18 in Jacksonville. And the dude wants to play, and he wants to perform, and he wants to win. And I think he was sped up a little bit. I mean, he was.
He was.
The hype was there. He was ready to go. I'm interested now to see, okay, Brian Daboll and those guys get him in the film room. They look at the teachable moments, and does he take that learning part of it and apply it this week and in the coming days? Because if we see some things that are a little different in the Seattle joint practice next Friday, and then obviously this second preseason game, then I'm not saying it would be cured. He's going to make mistakes. But I want to see if there's an application of a learning moment here. Because I go back to, dude wants to get out there and play, and it's been a minute since he went out with that shoulder in Jacksonville.
Cam Ward last night also talking about finding rhythm in the pass game.
Really, everything's working. It's just more of us connecting on everything. Getting that extra little push that we need to really break through. And it comes down to just more reps with each other. Going back to the film room, watching and correcting it off there.
It felt to me too, guys, like he may have been trying a little too hard to get the ball to Carnell Tate on the last drive.
Yeah, he didn't get a touch.
Did not get a catch on 3 targets.
Right.
I think that could have been part of him doing what he was doing and maybe not looking as crisp. What he was overemphasizing, trying to get Carnell Tate a touch in his first preseason game.
And I mean, Carnell's probably looking at this a little bit of a disappointment for him. Not necessarily, but it kind of was. The way he was defended at the goal line, I mean, that ball was put in a spot to where it would have been catchable, but the defender that was on him played it well. Like, you went for the quick strike. Carnell was able to get up on him, but it wasn't a whole lot of space to work with when it come down on how he was able to separate at that point. You know he's capable of making these plays. It's a matter of getting more reps and more opportunities for him, and you'll see that connection I feel happen. But again, I thought the emphasis of what they were last night was mostly just running the ball. The more they're able to do that and open up the playbook, the better it will be for everybody else. I think you saw that a little bit with Wandale's ability to bring in a couple of balls, man, the screen game plan a part of it. And again, I don't want to go through this any further without at least giving some highlight to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard on that one particular play, man, with that yak after the fact that he caught it. He caught it. A lot of people was looking at Calvin like, catch the ball. He did last night, okay? And got upfield and had some wiggle about him still, too.
And I'm glad you brought him up because isn't that what we had in the first preseason game in New Orleans where in 2025 when he was trying to feed Calvin Ridley? Am I remembering that correctly?
It would have been Tampa.
Yeah, that's right. Tampa.
But yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, and it's very easy for me to say and hard to do. But you start doing things like that, and you're going to get yourself off your axis a little bit.
No doubt.
Like the good and the bad and the ugly of this is like there was nothing super egregious. And, I mean, they ran well as a team. Special teams did their part. They snuck out of there with a win.
Yeah, they did. And that's what you're looking for, too. Like, where this franchise is, learning how to win is a part of this next phase, too, this process. And I'm sure what Coach Saleh's gone through and with the New York Jets, you don't want to repeat of that. You got to know what steps to take to get guys and learning how to win, finish games out. They had a scenario last night with an onside kick that they executed the way they needed to as well. You saw some good in some of the guys that was there. And the thing is, you're dealing with a 90-man roster. When you finally break 91-man roster, when you finally break this thing down, you're hoping you pick the best 53 that you can out of this group. So that way you can start concentrating on real game plans and putting these guys in position which they can really win.
The thing that impressed me about Calvin Ridley's looking at the stats, 18-yard catch. Just want to make sure I had it right. He could have easily gone out of bounds for 14 and saved his body a little bit and not taken a hit. It looked like he wanted to hit somebody. He wanted to stay in bounds. Like, no, let me try to run through a corner's face real quick and get about 3 or 4 extra yards. And 3 or 4 extra yards in a preseason game isn't the end of the world for a player in his 30s who is very established in this league, who knows he is on the roster. But Ramon, do you ever just kind of want to go hit somebody?
Yes, you do.
Even as a wide receiver and even as a skill position player, like, no, I want to get tackled. I want to go ahead and jump at the shallow end of the pool at the very least and start to swim a little bit this football season.
No doubt about it. That's what it's about. This is a contact sport, man, and there's no other way around it. If you can impose your will, I think that was Coach Saleh's main point, like be fast and violent. We can correct everything else after the fact, but do not lose the battle each and every time. And here's the other part about that, too. There was a few spots that lost those battles. Guys got called out for that last night as well. We look at Nick Singleton's bad play that he had on pass protection, right? You getting this quarterback work, you can't get a real play down the field. Looking at Cordell Volson, Deculus has some bad moments. Like, even some of the linebackers have some bad moments. You can't lose those battles too often right there when you're trying to reestablish yourself and what standard of ball you're willing to put out there on that football field each and every Sunday.
What did you think of Cam Ward last night? Are you concerned by anything you saw from Cam Ward last night? On Twitter, at Ramon and Will, we have asked the people that question and given you three options. Very concerning, a little concerning, or not concerning at all. 63% of you say a little concerning last night for Cam Ward. 30% very, 7% of you are not concerned at all. What say you? 615-737-1045. Wide open for your reaction. What did you think about Cam Ward's night on 3 possessions for the Tennessee Titans offense? We'll get to your phone calls after this.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.
What's happening? What's happening, good people? Let me go on and tell you while you're walking into your weekend what you need to be looking for. That is a truck. Yeah, Mid-10 Ford, they got you covered. They're going to take care of you. All you got to do is slide in there and let them know, hey, man, Big Slay told me. And they will look out for you. Go in there and holler at my guys, Trey, Matt. They're going to be right there to help you walk through the process of going to get your truck. And guess what? It's nothing that's going to be pressure, no high pressure, just low pressure approach, no gimmicks, no pushy sales tactics. That's not what they're about. They're about getting the job done and getting you comfortable and understanding exactly what you're getting into. It's a one-stop shop. If you need service, Mid-10 Ford, they got you covered. They are the ones you need to be looking for. When it comes to the right vehicle, they got you covered. Even a body shop, service, financing, sales, they got it, all of that. All you got to do is go to 1319 Foster Avenue. Visit mid10fordtrucks.com.
Open for your reaction to last night's Titans 49ers preseason game. Titans get the win 19-13. What did you think about your quarterback? 615-737-1045, our number. You can hop in the F and Big Chat. You don't have to wait in line to make your voice heard there as well. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. You can join the community of over 20,000 who have subscribed to the 1045 The Zone YouTube channel. Thomas is in Nashville, wants to chime in on the phone this morning. Hey, Thomas.
Hey, what's going on?
Good morning.
So I did think that Cam looked, I'm not going to lie, he looked like lettuce a little bit last night. But that's a little overreaction. But I do want to ask y'all, so after seeing how the secondary played against their, what was that, second string offense?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that the receivers for the Titans have been as good as advertised, or is the secondary as bad as advertised? And I hang up and listen.
That's a great question.
Thank you for the call, Thomas. What do you think, Ramon?
As far as the receivers go, I think there's a lot more left for the offense to explore. I don't think it was a lot that they were asked to do last night. I feel like the routes was more simple.
I think he means more in practices with what happened to the Titans DBs last night.
Versus what we saw last night.
Have we been seeing fool's gold from Titans wide receivers?
It's just a sight unknown in this one. Like, you got to also think, though, too, what was it, Travis that called in? Thomas, like there's no game plan. This is line them up, bust them up. It's essentially what that is in that moment right there. And here's the other part, though, too, that the season allows you to do. It allows you to watch tape and see where you're going to attack and how you're going to initiate a game plan. Last night was really as vanilla as you can get, as bland as you can get. And like they had, from my opinion, not an eccentric game plan for either side of it. So when you look at the Titans versus Titan, like, at this point, Carnell Tate knows the secondary that he's going against. Cam knows how to attack this defense on a day-to-day basis. Coach Dable does as well. The last part I'll make on it, too, is everything that they call in practice, I don't think you saw last night in the game, too. Like, it was a matter of let's just run our route, see where guys can be better coming out of their breaks, and we'll evaluate moving forward. This is still the preseason, Thomas, is what I would tell you on this one. The concern would be, of course, getting into the season and seeing that these guys either can't get open or the Titans secondary can't defend over the course of the first 4 games. That's where the real judgment will come into it. Not necessarily the preseason games that are played with guys that are 2s and 3s at that point with no real game plan given out. Heck, even more so with the fact that it's only 3 preseason games. We used to, in the old NFL ways back in my day, we would actually game plan the 3rd game. That would be your dress rehearsal.
Yes.
Here's our tape. Here's our script. We're going to get as close to a game plan as we possibly can. And right now, you just rolling the dice for the most part.
Play a half, go in, cool off in the locker room, come back out, play a series in the 3rd, and you're out.
Thomas, here's what I would tell you, Thomas, and listen. If you are concerned, stay concerned. This is what the development of this team is. Like, be there.
It's a process.
Cautiously, be optimistic if you want to be in that, or just hate it until you get a inkling of sunlight at the end of it. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. This is just the way I've always viewed this time of the year when it comes to preseason ball. Whether the Titans secondary is not as good as we thought or their wide receivers aren't as good as we thought, we will see in due time when it actually gets real is what I would say. I'm going to say this one. Keep your powder dry in this process is the only thing I can really tell you because, well, they could be trash this past week and look like world beaters next week. What's the balance? You know, like that's my point of it all right now is still the growth period of a lot of newness that is happening with the squad right now, and that's your conspiracy right there.
Well, and the most valid point you made is they have film now in a game setting under the lights to go show the teachable moments.
Yeah. Exactly. As I spill my coffee out.
All good. I didn't mean to make you do that.
I know he's going to be quicker right there. But that's the next part of it, though, is how do you find the next step for guys? Like if it's Carnell, how do you get him involved way sooner to where he can get out of his breaks and break down the secondary on the other side? Because that Seattle Seahawks defense, I mean, they're world champs. They're going to come in pressing, doing everything they can to keep them on the same script.
Tim on YouTube chimes in, says, this panel is praying Cam is successful. The average person can see there is no progress, and he is not as solid as you say.
Ramon.
Yeah, not as solid as Ramon. Romoni with an E says. There's no E, Tim, right, first and foremost. But
or an O.
Yeah,
Romoni.
Romoni.
It's R-O-M-O-N-E.
Look, if you're just going from...
I think that's Ramonet, isn't it?
I like that. I'm going to name my next dog that. Ramonet.
If you're just going from some games last season to last night and skipping all of the practices in between, then yeah, sure, maybe there's no progress made. But we are there at practice and can tell you firsthand, he is getting better. I don't think last night undoes the progress that Cam Ward has made on the practice field. Just like if he had not been great in the practice field, last night he went 10 for 10 for 120 and 2 touchdowns.
What they say.
That wouldn't undo the bad. Like
right.
Either way, this is... and I get it for fans, because if you're not there at practice, this is the first thing you've been able to see. I totally understand maybe why some of you are feeling that way this morning, but this is part of the evaluation. This is not the first step. This is one of many steps the Titans are going to take over a 47-day period from training camp starting to week 1. So I do think he's gotten better, although he did show tendencies that were week 1 through 8 Cam Ward last night.
No doubt.
Let's go to Michigan in the borough. What's up, Michigan?
What up, Michigan?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
It was great to hear you last night.
I appreciate that.
I had the YouTube comments up, and then I really wanted to put my head through plaster, so I had to take them down.
Wow.
But I just need, maybe it's just age, maybe it's just I've seen a lot of football now. I just want people to take a second and breathe. And if they watch the quarterback show on Netflix, I want you to remember that this kid was at Incarnate Word for a couple years, basically running the wing T.
Right.
And then he went to, Washington State, where he had a good system, but I would not call it a great system.
Agreed.
This is literally, folks, I need you to remember, the beginning of his 3rd season of a professional offensive staff who is going to show him how to get better. 3rd year. Okay? He wasn't really even playing quarterback until his junior year of high school or his senior year of high school. This is not someone who's been playing quarterback since the 9th grade. And I just need everyone to calm down. I need everyone to remember this is the first preseason game, and this is I'm so excited about this team. I loved a lot of things I saw last night. Maybe y'all got to it and I didn't hear it, but the little dip out play to Gunnar Helm where the tight end sort of leaks out and they caught a first down on that. I love that play. I think you'll see that a lot from Daboll, and I think Gunnar's very good at that. I haven't heard Femi Oladejo's name yet since I've been listening. If he keeps playing like he did the first couple drives last night, we're going to need to be playing Obafemi's music for him when he comes into the game. For those of you who are WWE affiliated, he was so good and everything. I wanted him off the edge last night. So I need everyone to just chill. First preseason game next week might be a little bit rough because, like somebody just said, defending Super Bowl champions coming to Nashville, that might not be pretty. The week after that, you may learn a little bit more, and then we've got the regular season. So, as always, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Tighten up. Thanks, fellas.
Nice. Nicely done.
Good call. No heads through plaster.
Obafemi.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's a content idea right there. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That'd be good right there.
Do some research.
Oba's a big man.
Well, Rhett Brian, we appreciate you.
Got you to halftime.
Thank you. I don't
think I've really added a whole lot because I'm running on empty myself.
I was about to say your presence adds plenty. Always.
We'll go in the laboratory and do some housekeeping items, and then I'm going to the house.
Well, we had a lot of fun last night, and we're going to have a lot of fun on Titans Radio this year. One down, 19 to go, and it was a blast. It was a blast getting to work with both of you, and I can't wait to keep doing it.
Well, you boys did a nice job. Brad Hopkins did a nice job. Everybody did a really good place to start from, and more places to go up and get better. We're Titans Radio. Titans Radio doesn't really lose. So
that's right.
But we still have to do our job. And the flowers people are giving y'all is correct. Like, it's good. It's good, and I'm pleased. And I'm going to go in the laboratory and finish some things up, and then I'm going to go crash for a little while.
I see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
I told him about yesterday. I was like, our crash is going to be around 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. And when we come back, I actually am too. I'm going to knock on wood right now, or knock on something right now. Coming up, there was another quarterback, Ramon, that warranted some discussion last night. Will Levis with an extended run at quarterback for the Titans. What did we notice? What did Ramon see? What did you see? 615-737-1045 as Hour 3 begins next. Go with the pros, go Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. Will Bowling joined here by my friend Trey Hartsook. And Trey, at Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply, you guys have a terrific service department for the folks who maybe have an issue with their mowers or equipment around the house right now.
Hey, Will, yeah, man, it's been such a crazy year with all the rain and all the weather that we've had moving into Middle Tennessee. And I'll tell you, our numbers on labor are way up this year, which tells us, hey, a lot of mowers are breaking. We're getting a lot of people in, getting a lot of people out. If your mower breaks, don't freak out. Just give Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply a call. Something really cool that we do, Will, is we'll come out and get it. So if you don't have a trailer, don't freak out. Give us a call. We're conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. We work on zero turns. We work on backpack blowers, weed eaters, 2-cycle equipment. Just give us a call. We'll be able to answer pretty quick whether it's something we're going to work on or not. And one of our big things is we want to get you in and get you back to the task at hand as quick as possible. Conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. All cases in Nashville, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lumber, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
If you have a 2, 3, or 4% mortgage rate, don't refinance it. You don't have to, but you can still get cash out of your home. Introducing Loan Pronto's zero-cost equity loan. What's up? It's Will Bowling. That's right. With Loan Pronto, you can get all the cash you need without touching your first mortgage and without any fees. One local homeowner just got $100,000, paid off all their credit cards, paid off their existing HELOC, remodeled their kitchen, and saved over $1,500 per month. It gets better. There's no hard credit pull up front, usually no appraisal, and no long, drawn-out process. And listen, no closing costs. You may even be able to skip your next 2 house payments. So call Loan Pronto now. Leave your low-rate mortgage intact, but get the cash you need in as little as 2 weeks without paying closing costs. That's online at loanpronto.com. See how much you can get right now at 615-499-5780. That's 615-499-5780 and online at loanpronto.com. For qualified homeowners, equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
8:03, good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Titans start the Robert Saleh era in the preseason 1-0 after they beat the 49ers Thursday night in Santa Clara 19-13, thanks in large part to kicker Joey Sly, who knocked in 4 field goals, 3 of which went from beyond 50 yards out. Cam Ward and the Titans starters played 3 up-and-down series, but on the first drive, they went 11 plays for 95 yards. That was capped off by a Tony Pollard 5-yard rushing touchdown. Cam went 5 for 12 for 57 yards, and speaking of starters, rookie right guard out of Arkansas, Fernando Carmona got the start at right guard over the veteran Cordell Volson. The Titans rushed for 167 yards on the night, led by Julius Chestnut, who had 47 yards on 5 carries. Tajay Spears with 35 yards on 4 carries. Nick Singleton with 31 yards on 8 carries. And Tony Pollard with 22 yards on 4 carries. Coming up later this morning, in about 2 hours, Titans head coach Robert Saleh will meet with the media at 10 a.m. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Second half of the show getting started on Ramon and Will. Titans 19, 49ers 13. Ramon and I, the entire Titans radio crew, back from San Francisco. Again, appreciate Zach Lyons coming in early this morning.
Yeah, man, that was tough by him. I appreciate it.
We landed about 15 minutes before this show started. And then there's getting to the car, and there's getting to the station, there's getting in here. We got here at about 6:15, and Zach Lyons was on call and answered the call. And as he said, when he started the show, he knew that he was needed. When I texted him 2 words, "You awake?" Question mark.
Ooh, one of them texts.
I did not say "you up."
You ain't say "Hey, big head."
I did not say "Hey, big head" or "you up." I said in a professional manner, "You awake?" Question mark. And he said, "Yup." And as he said on the show at the beginning, he started to get ready to leave at that point and head into the studio.
He was clutch this morning, man.
He was very clutch. He was very, very, very clutch. So we appreciate him very, very much. Very much. We appreciate you for getting the Zone to 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. 25,000 next by by Thanksgiving. Who's to say? We'll set a goal at some point.
At some point, I'm going to get tired of begging, okay, at this point. Like, I feel like now we've asked more than once or twice. We got how many in the chat on YouTube currently? Over 380 in there right now.
We had 450 at one point in the third hour, or the second hour. This is the third hour.
Click that sub button, man. You ain't even got to hit the bell for all I care. Just hit the sub button.
Maybe some new folks here. Welcome. We're glad to have you. 615-737-1045 and hit the subscribe button while you are on the 1045 The Zone YouTube channel. I want to talk about Will Levis and his performance last night, how hard it may be to really judge his performance last night for a couple of different reasons. But first, we go to Jimmy, who is in Unionville this morning. What's up, Jimmy?
Morning, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. Love listening to you every morning.
Thank you, Jimmy.
On Cam, I don't believe, and it might just be me, I don't believe that we're giving him a fair chance to really see that him making progress. We've got to get a line in front of Cam where Cam can have time to access, his players, and I believe Cam can make plays. To me, 60% of the plays last night, Cam was running for his life. I just don't think Cam's getting a fair shake. I believe that they need to work on a good offensive line. And if any positives come out last night, our field goal kicker, some of our receivers, our running backs, I've seen a lot of positives last night. And Hedron Hooker, great job, buddy. My blood bleeds orange. You done good. If they'll give that kid more time, or that young man more time, I think Hedron's going to get better and better and better. And I'm biased. My blood bleeds orange. But, guys, have a good morning, and thank y'all so much for just letting us be able to listen to you guys.
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate the call.
I hope your closest friends call you Jimmy, because that's what I'm calling you, James, on your official paperwork, but you Jimmy to us.
He makes a good point, obviously, about needing to give Cam Ward protection. But, Ramon, I think part of our concern and part of the fair criticism of Cam Ward last night was he was creating pressure where there really wasn't much pressure.
Yeah.
Because we are of the opinion the offensive line, when Cam was on the field, was actually okay last night.
It was. I thought it was way above the line as far as the protection goes. And I also thought the setup of what they were attempting to do as far as run, play action was good as well. Like, they were able to get some success in some of the passing game that they had, or at least having the ability to have wide open guys that Cam needs to hit in those moments because of the running game. Jimmy, what I will tell you is this. I do think that first unit protection was very solid. The grace that Cam gets, man, is going to be, I think, it's probably the most polarizing, topic that we're going to have for not just this year, but for the next couple of years. When you're drafted number 1 overall, and I know this is supposed to be the Will Levis segment, but Jimmy brings up a good point. Like, the focus of this team is most definitely Cam Ward. The backup quarterbacks we'll get to in a second, but when you bring up Cam, that grace that's supposed to be given is short when you're the number 1 overall guy. A lot is on your shoulders as far as you being the sole purpose of why this franchise turns around. And I do think there's a point to be made in the pressure that Cam is naturally just going to be under. This team has been bad. This fan base is salivating for good, specifically at that point. You found it a little bit at the back end of Ryan Tannehill's tenure, right? You hopeful with some of the draft picks that you brought in, whether it was Malik, well, it was freaking Will Levis, and now you get an opportunity now to see what Cam's made of. Like, we had a caller call in earlier, like, Cam's still in a position in which you're getting a lot of that old out of him still. It's like adopting, I'm not correlating one to the other, I'm using this scenario. It's like adopting a rescue dog that's been abused. Like, you have to get that attitude out. You got to see if you put your hand in his bowl, will he bite you? That comes with training. You got to get some of that stuff out of him, and I think that's Cam's development. And hopefully Coach Dable's around long enough, Shea Tierney's around long enough so where they can get that footwork. You hear Cam last night admitting, I was sped up. Why? Because he's always been in a position, whether in college where he's had just a better team at Miami or he's had to be the savior for Incarnate Word, Washington State. Like, that's the part of the game, too, that you have to reevaluate yourself and reprogram. And I'm not wanting to use that word reprogram, but this is still the growth of a guy that's got a lot of pressure on him. And here's the thing I always say, that pressure is a privilege. You got a heck of a signing bonus by being number 1 overall, and there needs to be a ROI on your play on the field. And I do see the intent on him on wanting to do that. And I feel like last night he admitted, like, yeah, I got to slow down. Like, even Coach Sala said the exact same thing. So I'm with Jimmy on it, like the grace side of it. But a lot of this fan base don't want to hear the grace. They want it right now. I'm seeing people compare him to Drew Aller in Pittsburgh last night. Drew Aller had a better night. Or you looking for Fernando Mendoza had a better, like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Cool.
But maybe there was a different structure and setup in what was provided for him. There's a lot of context in these plays and in these games that you want to see kind of evolve him as a player, not just have the finished product right now, because it's just so much he still hadn't seen for this league and just in his general quarterback play. He's been playing, and I say this with all due respect to Cam, he's been playing more backyard football than he has quarterback. And I think that's okay to say. I think it's okay to ask his fan base, be cool. This isn't a second round. You stuck with Cam.
Well, I think the thing that is a little concerning, Ramon, is he feeling pressure where there isn't pressure because his brain is wired to always have somebody about to sack him?
Probably.
That's what last season was for Cam Ward.
Yeah.
He was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL along with Geno Smith. How much damage did that do? Honestly,
it can do a lot for you. But that's also Cam's point, though. I mean, that's also falls on Cam's shoulders. Like, you
100%.
cause yourself these problems when you hold on to the ball and not just dump it off.
I'm not taking the blame
I know
off
what you're
of
saying,
Cam,
but like,
right.
yeah, like that is the part of this process too. Like, players have to own it.
I think that's the concern, is that there is still going to be a learning curve to understand what correct timing and rhythm feels like in the pocket for Cam.
Facts.
Timing and rhythm in a new system. Timing and rhythm of how quickly the ball has got to get out on average against an NFL defense. When the ball hasn't come out, how to escape up the pocket and not out of the back of the pocket. That is an area where Cam Ward has got to make growth. And then when there are moments where things break down, is your footwork consistent? Are you all helter-skelter back there, or can you step up into the face of pressure and stand and deliver and get hit?
Yeah.
That is something we can't learn in practice because there are so many sacks and so many plays in general where a defensive player, if they have sacked, quote-unquote, Cam Ward in practice, is just going to run by him and yell, sack!
Yep.
And Cam is going to be able to fully step into the throw and place it wherever he wants to. You don't get the impact of a quarterback being knocked around or hurried at all, because even if you are sacked, you still get to fully step into that throw.
You do.
And so that is where, he's been better in practice, but also practice is built to be a little bit easier on quarterbacks because nobody can touch you.
Yeah.
So what happens when they can touch you? Okay, well, first preseason test out of 3 wasn't great. The first time there are live bullets flying and people can hit you and knock you around and get in your head a little bit and stress test you. But again, it's like I said in the first hour, I'll compare it to a golfer who goes to a new swing coach, loves the new swing coach, makes all these major changes. You call your buddies, man, I am hitting my driver 270 down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I am absolutely smoking this thing. I just had the best range session of my life. My 6-iron is going 190. I'm just crushing the golf ball. And then you hit a good drive and you've got 130 to the green and you hit it in the water because you've introduced stress into the equation.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want this to sound like an excuse for Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward needed to be better last night, and I think the first person who'll tell you that is Cam Ward. But this is the beginning of 3 games of a preseason process, and it's also the beginning of a 20-game year 2, we hope, for Cam Ward, including preseason. And I'm interested to see what adjustments he, Brian Daboll, and this entire offense make after last night's game. I'm not excusing the performance. I'm simply showing what I think may have happened.
For sure. It's one game. I was laughing at that comment as you were saying. It's like, dang, y'all tripping over one preseason game. Like, the growth that you see, like, I would say this, with all that we've seen in practice, there's a lot more left for this offense to explore, more than what was shown last night, too. So that's that part of it. There's no game plan to it. Just roll the ball out and kind of go. What I was mostly impressed by is what I think is going to be the biggest just support that Cam needs, and that's the run game, the ground game. Like,
he had it last night, that's for sure.
If anything, and I've been saying this for the longest, Cam's not the main part yet. He's not the starring role. He's still in a support role for this team. And that, what I hope, while he's in a support role, Will, he takes the proper steps to grow. Like you mentioned, like him being in the pocket and being able to throw the ball and take one on the chin. Like, that's where you lay your hat and it's like, okay, well, if I don't get it right here on 2nd and 6, I know I can give it to him on 3rd and 6 and we can get the first down, or at least set ourselves up for a better position as far as field goals go. Like, this game is more than just one guy, just playing the biggest role of it all. Like, there's some quarterbacks in this league right now that come out of games with only 150 yards and a touchdown. But the run game dominates. The defense dominates. It's not just him a part of this equation.
Will Levis was 3 of 8 for 42 yards, had 4 carries for 22 yards last night, Ramon, and I thought it was pretty difficult to evaluate him considering the pockets he was given.
They didn't help him.
It doesn't totally excuse some of the misses and some of the decisions he made. I thought his deep ball to Bryce Oliver was a bad decision and could have easily been intercepted in the red zone. But overall, I think that it's just really hard to have any strong takeaways about Will Levis this morning because the offensive line in front of him just simply wasn't good enough.
I'll say this, though. I think the strong takeaway, if there is one, I'm with you. There's not a strong one to have, but if there is one, his best attribute was his legs last night.
I have a question for you about that, about his legs.
Yeah.
That I want to ask you when we come back. And it involves Cam Ward as well. Plus your phone call, 615-737-1045. You've opened the store. Now I want to walk through it. We will do that coming up
Vince
next.
McMahon. You know what you need for your tailgate, good people, man? A Ford F-150. Myself and Babs, we both got one of those, man. And right now it's F-150 season at Two Rivers Ford. You can lock in 2.9% financing for up to 84 months on a brand new 2026 F-150. You choose the terms, plus $1,500 bonus cash and a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan. And I promise you, they do deliver on that one, man. They will come to where you are to service your vehicle. So, summing it up, that's 2.9% APR, $1,500, and a 2-year maintenance plan for your new F-150. And you can do business with Two Rivers Ford. You can rest assured you're doing business with a locally owned company that's upfront and honest. The price you see online is the price that you pay as well. You will not find any add-on accessories or surprises that will increase the price when you get to the dealership. So put an F-150 in your driveway. Go to the non-commissioned sales team at Two Rivers Ford. Family owned for 3 generations. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Talking quarterbacks on Ramon and Will. Streaming the show live, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Ramon Foster and Will Bowling. Jeff in Nashville comments, says, dang, I agree with Will. No, it's all right. Don't act so upset about it. It happens all the time. Try it on for size. Walk around it in a little bit. It's a good opinion.
Why are you surprised? You agree with
Don't be so mad at yourself, man. Jeff, you clearly got some good taste.
I keep telling y'all we're more alike than we are different, man. The communication just get lost, man, from time to time. Will, jeez. We gotta get you a new PR campaign.
You know what?
Bro.
I'll take it.
What the heck?
I'll take it.
I don't know what the people got going on. I gotta go talk to the folks. We gotta get you into the wild. You know what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to just take you to the hood, Will. Just sit you off there, man, amongst the people and be like, man, yeah.
Are you inviting me to the
Savage?
Are you inviting me to a cookout?
Yeah.
Love
How you
that
feel
for me.
now? How you feel now?
Great. Like I got a little motion.
I'm not doing this with you. You're not going to be dropping, I got motion.
God forbid I get a little motion.
God forbid. God forbid my boy is fair skin get a little motion, man. You are invited to the cookout.
Sleep Deprived Radio on this Monday. Nope, it's not Monday. It's Friday. See, there you go.
Get it together.
That's what I'm talking about.
Get it together, Willie.
The plane landed at 5:45.
Tighten up over here, man. And not the team. Tighten up.
I want to talk about Will Levis in a minute. Let's go to Gil in California first. Hey, Gil.
What's up, Gil?
Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? How's it going?
Man, Gil, you inviting Will to the cookout, man?
You need to come on to the cookout, man.
Come on.
Get some of that old good old.
What do I need to bring?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good one.
Cups, right, Gil?
Bring the cups.
I can do that.
Yeah, see, he ain't even tripping, Gil. What you got for us this morning, my brother?
Just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
I swear.
You know what I'm saying? But man, I like what I just seen yesterday with the game because they actually gave Cam Ward a chance to play in the preseason. As long as this doesn't happen week one, I'll be all right. But what I took from it is Cam Ward is going to have to sit back with Brian Dable and learn how to make plays within the scheme of the offense. I mean, all that running to the side and cutting off the whole field when you scramble to the right and try to make those off-script plays is going to have to be every now and then. And I agree, he's going to have to take some hits and sit in that pocket, but I'm just glad it's happening now where they can look over it rather than this happen week one. And, you know, we're going to have to just let Cam Ward grow. He's a hard worker, and he's going to have to figure it out. But I like that offensive line, too. They some dogs, man.
Yeah.
The boys came out there pushing, so that was something to be proud of considering how they were last year.
Appreciate that, Gil.
Thank you, Gil. Appreciate the call.
That's kind of how this process goes. You feel me? Like it's step by step, man. Like Full House. Is that step by step? Yeah. Step by step, day by day. Yeah.
You got it.
I got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Look at you. Question for you.
Yeah.
Did Will Levis get the most complicated scheme and the best picture of what Brian Dable's offense is going to kind of look like when he came into this game last night?
I do. I think Levis is somewhat been put on the pedestal a little bit to kind of show what he's made of, for sure. I do think that. I do.
I got that vibe pretty quickly watching QB power on the first play, couple of carries on the opening drive. It felt like they really were pushing Levis to put his best foot forward.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, Ramon, are you okay with them using Cam in similar ways with his legs on design quarterback runs?
I've continually said no because behind him you have Mitch Trubisky, and I believe that Mitch can play and knows his offense. Clearly, he showed it last night as well. But I want to see more of Cam. Most of Cam, all the time, when it comes down to his ability to be on the field. He even yesterday or last night, even last night, was put in a position where he got outside of the pocket and tried to beat the defender to the sideline, and he just didn't get to that point. You know, and you want to see him slide. Him having the same script as Levis did, where it's a drop back, draw play, quarterback draw for him is going to be super unique watching that being called because, again, most OCs, most offenses, most teams don't put their quarterbacks in those type of situations. Like you see Lamar do it, but he's got a super unique skill set when it comes down to his speed. Josh Allen would do it from time to time, but the Joker's big as hell. So, like, looking at where Cam is and being asked to do these things, like you can't have the 2 quarterback system. You're not going to take Cam out like, okay, Mitch, time to put your body on the line.
Yeah, no.
There will be opportunities for him to have that, but watching Will Levis go up the middle of the defense, I don't know if that's the best for Cam Ward's future for him to be doing those types of things too. I mean, he took a big shot last year at the end, and Rhett reminded us at the end of the Jacksonville game, or in the Jacksonville game at the end of the season. Like, that's what you run the risk of. I personally don't want that unless my quarterback's been conditioned and built to do those things. Like, I even look at Jaden Daniels the same way. Like, I know his mom don't want him to run like that from time to time, but, like, even the coach is being put in that position to where he's running the ball. When you slightly built, little slight as far as size, unless that's been your game all the way through, I'm not willing to live that life. But it seems to me that's going to be a part of Dabo's process.
I think it definitely is. I think the quarterback run part of this thing is important. I think it has been everywhere Dabo's been.
He has.
It's the biggest constant. Yeah.
Are you okay with it?
In certain moments, yeah. I am okay using Cam Ward's legs like Arthur Smith used Ryan Tannehill's legs.
Outside.
All of it. Like, there were less QB powers and let's run gap scheme in front of the quarterback with Arthur Smith. But there were moments on 3rd and 2 where he would allow Tannehill to play 11v11 in the run game.
Yep.
And he would pull it on a read option once every, 7 or 8 times on 3rd and short?
Just to keep it risky.
On Thursday night in Green Bay, the game they lost in Green Bay on Thursday night, he had a 40-yard touchdown run at the beginning of the second half of that game in the snow, doing exactly that. He pulled it on the read option around the edge. Nobody accounted for him, and he's off to the races. Like, that, I think, is what Cam's best suited to do in the run game. That, and, hey, when things break down, run. But also run and climb the pocket.
No doubt.
Don't run out of the back of the pocket. You could pull that off in the Pac-2. You could pull that off everywhere but Miami. But even at Miami, he was on the most talented team on the field every single time he took the field when he was at Miami.
No doubt.
It is an adjustment for tons of quarterbacks. The ability when you are in high school and college to run out of the back of the pocket and just start running around like you do on a video game. Well, these guys are a little bit quicker.
I'm with you. Even Will Levis's approach last night when he was running the quarterback draw when it was called was straight up the middle. Now, he protected himself, got down as quick as he possibly could. I was looking last night at Martinez, I think, that was running the ball for the 49ers.
Adrian Martinez, former Tennessee commit.
Like, the only thing I would say about him getting in or at the 1-yard line was I wanted Cody Barton to hit him a little bit harder. Like that's my mentality when you telling me a quarterback is going to run the ball. Like, I want him to be punished. If you hit him in the side of the helmet accidentally within the box, like the tight end box right there, it's legal. That's the risk that you're running, though, as well as you are a runner.
It's about sending a message.
The protection is off, and that's why I have hesitation about calling it for Cam. Am I coddling him? I just think it's just smart when you look at
I agree.
His build.
I think you're right.
But if Dable calls it, chuck it up and let's roll.
I don't think you're trying to run him as much as Dable ran Josh Allen, but he needs to run more. How much more remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Let's go to Cousin P in Nashville up next. Good morning, Cousin P.
What up, P?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Will, you stole a little bit of my thunder there with Will Levis in that running game last night, man. I see a little bit of a Jackson Dart style last night in that offense, and it does have me a little concerned as it pertains to I'm losing my train of thought, guys. I'm sorry. It's early.
With running or what?
To Cam Ward, because does that limit what Dable can call as far as plays goes? But y'all probably touched on a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about earlier. But Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Our secondary is just it looks like the secondary that we know. I mean, we were getting torched by, second and third string quarterbacks last night. It was bad to see. That first drive that we had against the ones, man, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the way that Cam was able to find multiple targets on that drive. And man, Tajay Spears, can we please keep this guy healthy? Please keep him healthy, man. Didn't he look great to y'all?
He did.
He was fantastic.
Good, man.
Yep.
Like he was a man possessed.
Yes, sir. But Ramon, this might be the first time I had a question for you, man. So last night I kind of noticed that, Carmona was out there with the first group and he started the game off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to know, do you think that gives us more of a solidified, view as to who's going to be our starter at guard there over Volson, or do you believe that we could possibly see Volson start, the next preseason game and kind of go from there? Is it going to be more of a switch between the two? And I'll hang up and listen, guys.
No doubt.
Thank you, Cousin P.
Just my personal opinion, haven't had any contact or conversation with Carmen Basillo at all, but I do think it's Fernando Carmona's job to lose. The coaches are going to play this down the middle like they should because it's still a competition. You're not trying to hand something over to a guy. But even when the second offensive line came in, Carmona stayed at right guard. The other part, though, too, that strengthens his case is something that doesn't involve him. I mean, Cordell Volson didn't have the best showing last night. Like, when you're an older guy playing with the 2s and the 3s, and I was there in my younger career. No, I was an older guy starting that was playing with younger dudes. You're expected to elevate them. If you're the savvy vet and a coach put a young guy beside you, or you are a 7-year guy and you play with the younger, you're supposed to elevate those dudes. He had a bad showing when it came down for the tackle for loss. He got pushed back a little bit. It's, in my personal opinion, Carmona's job to lose. And I think if you watch that tape, you understand why I formed that opinion myself. But he's got to do it again.
I completely agree. I thought Fernando Carmona showed up last night. He made his presence felt.
Yep.
And I think this week in California, he has penciled himself in as the Tennessee Titans starting right guard. I really do. And I think part of it, too, is, again, the way Volson performed at right guard in the second half wasn't good enough.
Yep.
It just really wasn't good enough. And Fernando Carmona's little mean streak is valuable. The right side of this line could be really mean together and help each other. And you would love if they grew up together. But I came away from this game with that maybe being my biggest positive, Ramon, about the offense was I think they may have a right guard.
Yeah.
Now, he's got to keep doing it.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's 1 week. And again, if we're going to sit here and talk about Cam and say, yeah, it's not a great day, but let's see how he responds. I'm going to say the exact same thing, but on the opposite side for someone like Fernando Carmona and even for Femi Oladejo. Good performance. Do it again.
Mm-hmm.
For the people that are going to pop up on our YouTube channel this morning, well, you guys, you're wearing the team logo and, of course you're going to sit here and say, oh, just wait till the next game. Yeah, we're also going to do that with guys who played well last night.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Sly, do it again.
Yeah.
This is a rebuild. This is the ground floor of a team that is trying to build a foundation. One good game does not define your preseason, just like one bad game does not define your preseason. You and I are just not going to be the hot take reactionary people to get on here the day after a game. We never have been and we never will be.
Right.
That's not changed. That's not going to change. I didn't expect to step on my soapbox right now just because we're talking about right guard, but I felt like there was a hole and now I'm running through it.
I just want to get to the point where we don't have to discuss it as much anymore.
And maybe that's that's my one time I'm going to say it. Like, whether guys were good or bad last night, and there were both.
Yeah.
Let's see consistency.
No doubt.
Fernando Carmona was good last night. I hope we see that again against the Seattle Seahawks next Sunday night.
For sure.
6-1 is in Antioch. Good morning, 6-1.
What up, 6-1?
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Man, can y'all hear me clear?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Antioch, did you make it out to my shoe drive last weekend, or were you chilling at the house in Antioch? Because I was there. Where were you, 6-1?
Man, I'm not going to lie to you, Ramon. I had all intentions on getting out.
Oh!
And the wife, hold up. I can still make that happen, though, right? It's an ongoing thing, correct?
No, I mean, it's still ongoing, but I just wanted to see you 6'1". That's all I was looking for. Just come dap me up.
You know what? Invite me to the barbecue then. Invite me to the barbecue.
I'm bringing cups.
Me, you, my boy Slade, we get out of us. Will bringing the cups. We'll drink out of his cup. I can throw down. They call me Brother Yum Yum. I got my own catering business. I can cook too, bro.
Oh, hey, hold up. Slide in our DM, 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1". We might have to talk off air. What you got for us, good brother?
Here's the other part before I get into it. You spell your name Ramon, correct?
Yes, sir.
My government middle name is Ramont.
Oh. Hold up. What's the T for?
It totally makes it different. Instead of Ramon, it's Ramont.
Ramont. Oh, like Lamont. Okay, gotcha. I'll just call you Munt then. How about that? I'm Moan and you Munt.
That'll work. But what I want to say, guys, to the entire Titan Nation, like Coach Mack would say, keep your powder dry. Look at this. It was one preseason game. We saw a lot of good. We saw some things that needed to be worked on. But that doesn't mean we have to throw away the whole entire 2026 season. Man, let's give it some time. Yes, Ward got something. He might need to take a little bit of heat off of some of those balls I saw him throw last night. But it's a learning process. It's a maturation process. And he will do it because the man he's a professional. He wants to become better. He's going to progress and do his job. As far as, man, I saw Helm. He looked good last night. Spears looked good last night. And that O-line looked a lot better than it did last year to me. So I'm excited. I can't wait. That's all I got to say. Let's tighten up. And don't forget to invite me to the barbecue.
I got you, Ramont. Yes, sir.
Thank you, 6'1". Appreciate the call. Open for your reaction. 615-737-1045. The floor is yours to react to last night's Titans win over the San Francisco 49ers. 615-737-1045 as we wrap up hour number 3 next.
When you start noticing cracks in the walls, uneven floors, or driveways sinking and separating, it's more than a home issue. It's a peace of mind issue. That's why who you choose for foundation repair and concrete leveling, it really matters. I personally trust United Structural Systems because they've been doing this the right way since 1994, right here in Tennessee as well. USS, they don't believe in those quick fixes or those scare tactics. They take the time to inspect, explain what is happening, and walk you through real proven solutions that are built to last. Whether your home needs foundation stabilization, crawl space repair, or concrete leveling for sinking sidewalks, patios, or driveways, USS, they use engineered systems designed for long-term performance, not temporary patches. And right now, USS is offering several payment options to help you secure the thing that you care about the most. That is your home. You can get a 10% discount if you pay in full. Fix it now and pay later with 18 months, no payment, no interest whatsoever. Or you can choose a 36 months, no interest with low payment options for qualified buyers. USS, they are overly dedicated to helping their customers get the repairs they need now to protect their greatest investment for a lifetime. They're dependable. They're trustworthy. They're USS. So reach out to them, man, and learn more by heading over to USSTN.com.
On the doorstep of the final hour of the week, of the morning, Ron Slay is going to be here at 9:20. I cannot wait for the energy he is going to bring to us.
Hey.
I
got to see him in concert. You saw him already.
I did see Big X in concert. He was good.
Yeah, man. That's one of my favorite new artists that's out right now. The voice gets me, man. He better have that thing insured because that's his calling card for sure.
He was the largest human I've seen in concert.
He a big dude.
Very big dude.
He a big dude. Like,
especially, and you can see all the rolls because he's not wearing a shirt. So you can fathom. There's not much for the imagination.
No. I don't think there's much that can hide that.
No, there's not.
It's the other part
really
of it, though, too.
Maybe a nice burlap sack.
But look, he a big dude that look like he's always got his skin put together, like he moisturizes. He probably smell well because you can't be big and stink, okay?
I mean, it has happened before.
I mean, I'm sure. Look, I'm not trying to get that close and intimate with him is what I'm letting you know. But on the surface level, he looks like he properly takes care of himself for a big guy. And I'm appreciative of him that he puts on for the big guys like that.
I just remembered that there's golf on today, and I'm so excited for the golf nap that is about to happen later today.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to be asleep. Stop.
No, but that's the point. Having golf on in the background while you're sleeping, oh, it's tremendous.
One of the most peaceful things there is.
Absolutely tremendous. Because now we're in the part of they never really go wild. We're in the part of the baseball season where I care too much to sleep through more than like an inning. So, that's really exciting. Okay, anyway, that's a positive little moment.
I was just going to let you have your moment right there.
I really appreciate that.
There was a golfer in Memphis yesterday. He had like a
Ludwig Oberg. Former Texas Tech Red Raider.
With an A. He was in Memphis at this golf tournament in all black.
Yeah. He usually wears black.
Is he a spawn?
He is from Sweden, so I don't know.
Bro, you don't wear all black in this heat and be outside.
He's a stud, too. He's one of my favorites. Oh, my God. I would give anything. I'd give my left pinky to swing a golf club like him. But then if I didn't have my left pinky, then I'd be less capable of swinging a golf club. Chase is in Columbia, talking Titans, 615-737-1045. Good morning, Chase.
What's up, guys?
How we doing?
Chase?
All right. I'm trying to stay calm, guys. It's preseason, week 1.
Okay.
All right. We all right. But the inaccuracy doesn't bother me. Like, you got new receivers, like it's day 13 or whatever. But what does worry me is, man, the pocket presence and the running backward. Guys, I was having Malik Willis PTSD and not Green Bay Packer Malik Willis, Tennessee Titan Malik Willis. The intentional grounding was bad. So I'm hoping he just, rusty and get the rust off. And then the defense, I'm not that worried. I don't think Salah, he was vanilla as vanilla can be. Like, he ain't showing nothing with his scheme. Like, I mean, Cordell Flott, yikes. A little worried about him. But, all things, like, I don't really count OTAs. I mean, Ramon, you know more than me. But, really, Salah's had, 13 days with these guys? Like, it's very, very early. So I'm not going to freak out on a preseason game, although I am a little worried about.
Do you have him on the clock, Chase?
No, guys.
The laugh is a protection laugh, Chase. Is Cam on the clock with you? You be honest with me, Chase.
No. Cam's got to start like 0-4 with a 40 quarterback rating before we talk about Mitch. But
okay.
But no, I just for a year or two the pocket presence. Like, dude, step up, man. We can't be running backwards and doing that college nonsense. But anyway, all right, guys, hang in there. I'm not freaking out yet. We all right.
Thank you, Chase. Appreciate the call.
Nervous, Chase.
Chase's voice sounded just like Jim Wyatt.
Oh, he did, didn't it?
I mean, like, that was crazy how much he sounded like Jim Wyatt.
What's your relation?
He does have a son. Sure do.
Well, he sounded too old to be his son.
Chase sounded like he was just he wants to criticize, but he's just like, nope, new offense. I kind of like the kid, and I'm hopeful for the best. Like, I saw that comment in our YouTube chat real quick, though, too. It's like, you guys are rooting for Cam. I would say this, man. if you are a fan of just football in general, like you do want Cam Ward to be a part of this conversation, these young stud quarterbacks that are coming up too. Like it's awesome for the franchise first and foremost as far as wins and losses go. But even more so, it's even better for this city. Like Cam being good does a lot for so many different avenues around this place. And also it just makes your weekend better. Can we just be honest about that side of it? Like, if you're not rooting for Cam, state that when you call in or when you make comments in our chats or to us on Twitter and stuff like that. Like,
it's okay to have
not
hope.
a Cam fan, okay, but I'm rooting for the team. Like, say that, okay, more than anything, because, yeah, you don't want this to be another 5-year reset on saying, yeah, it didn't work out again for him, or be in a position that Houston is with C.J. Stroud and got to figure out if, like, we had Palazzolo on last week, the decision for the new guy to get paid. $50 million is due up next for one of these new guys. Either C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Drake May, and a multitude of other young quarterbacks around the league. That is a heavy ticket for I just like you. No, I need to love you before you get that type of commitment from them.
Yeah. I mean, it's just okay to have hope, is what I would tell you. I mean, this is still the same Cam Ward who, through the end of the season last year, had 10 touchdown passes and 1 interception in his last 10 games with 2 rushing scores as well. That all doesn't just vanish because he had a below-average preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah. And again, step one of this process, I'm not sure if anybody's been really listening to Coach Dable and the presser, but, like, the mindset has been they're still at the floor. Like, they hadn't even pushed the button to go up to
they're building
the mezzanine area of the hotel just yet.
Yeah, trying to get the elevator operational so they can go up. Stoney Keeley, our favorite sicko, is in the F&M Bank chat. He said, did y'all talk about Rasheed Miller getting some reps in the fourth quarter and holding his own? Sealed a nice second-level block on the big chestnut run. Another fun developmental tackle. I emoji.
He did.
They may be looking for tackle help. And we'll talk about that to start hour 4 coming up next. The good and the bad of the Titans offensive line in last night's preseason debut against the San Francisco 49ers. We'll talk about that coming up after this.
Get ready for one epic engagement ring event at Genesis Diamonds. You can go ahead and mark your calendars. It's August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. For these 3 days, Genesis is bringing in the entire collection of both Tacori and Viraggio, the 2 most sought-after bridal designers in the world. Hundreds and hundreds of rings, all new styles, all during this once-a-year event. You can get special incentives and save up to $5,000, and you know the name. Viraggio, handcrafted by true artisans and unmatched attention to detail. Or Tacori, exquisite rings for their hidden detail and timeless beauty. These are the finest American-made rings, distinctive, stylish, and handmade. Other jewelers are not even allowed to carry these premium brands, but I'm telling you, Genesis has them and will be showcasing the entire collection at this event. Genesis is also bringing in a fresh selection of GI-certified diamonds in every shape, every size, direct from the cutters, so you can create your perfect ring from the ground up. Enjoy the special event incentives, 0% interest financing, up to $5,000 in savings, and it's only 3 days. Again, the dates are, go ahead and mark your calendar, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. They're located in Green Hills and Cool Springs.
9:02. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mink Kentucky Downs Studios. I'm Justin Hawkins. The Titans start the Robert Saleh era and the preseason 1-0 after they beat the 49ers Thursday night in Santa Clara at Levi Stadium 19-13. Thanks in large part to kicker Joey Sly, who knocked in 4 field goals, 3 of which went from beyond 50 yards out. Cam Ward and the Titans starters played 3 series, but on the first one, they went 11 plays for 95 yards. That was capped off by a Tony Pollard 5-yard rushing score. Cam went 5 for 12 for 57 yards. The Titans rushed for 167 yards on the night, led by Julius Chestnut, who had 47 yards on 5 carries, and Tajay Spears. He had 35 yards on 4 carries. All 4 quarterbacks played last night, but Will Levis saw the bulk of the snaps. Mostly in the second half, went 3 for 8 for 42 yards and rushed for 22 yards on the ground. Coming up today, Titans head coach Robert Saleh is scheduled to meet with the media in about an hour at 10 a.m. And coming up tomorrow night, it's a battle of 1 versus 2 in the Eastern Conference in MLS at Geodis Park. Nashville SC takes on Inter Miami. Kickoff at 7:30. You can hear Lucas Panzica on the call right here on 104.5 The Zone. Pregame get you started at 7 o'clock. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go into the fourth and final hour, 9 a.m. here already on Ramon and Will. He is Titans radio analyst Ramon Foster, Justin Hawkins at the controls, myself, Will Bowling, and the number, if you need it, is 615-737-1045. Ron Saleh will be here in 15 minutes for his weekly visit with us in studio. He has been busy on ESPN and I think ABC.
We've been doing a lot
on the Patriot games this week. Television's Tom Hart, a part of that broadcast as well, who I want to be when I grow up.
And Tom's his guy.
I love
He
Tom.
and Tom Hart got a real good relationship, man. So, Savage, man, I had somebody tell me recently, he don't even know what ESPN going to do with him.
He's just a rocket ship going to the moon, is what he is.
I'm proud of my dad. I know he probably listen. Don't want me bragging on him like that.
That's true.
He up.
Because he's about to come in and brag on you and how good you sounded on Titans radio
He told
last
me
night.
I was trash last night.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool.
Nah, he ain't tell me that. He just checked me if I was like that. Savage, you tighten up a little bit over there now. He wouldn't come at me like that. We very honest with one
When have
another.
you ever needed to tighten it up, though? Because you bring it every time you open a microphone.
Yeah, microphone. I was gonna say life stuff. I've definitely had to tighten some stuff.
Well,
up,
sure.
man. But yeah, professional. I try to make sure we gonna check them boxes.
You're the type of person that would have to say, whoa, then sick him.
That's one of your favorite phrases.
That is. I've heard it more often recently.
In all seriousness, you and Taylor sounded like you'd done 20 games together last night or more. Like y'all sounded awesome together, not just because I'm very good friends with both of you.
Listen, I can't let this fan base down, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of haters in the beginning of this thing. I got to come correct with this, man. But I appreciate all the support, man. I'm not even going to make this about me. I was one of 20 that we know we have. So I'm moving on. We'll watch the tape. Rhett said we're going to get some sound checks. Next man up, baby. Next team up.
Just how we talk about the players.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Gotta be
Anybody can do something once.
That's true.
Can you do it again?
That is true. Let's go to Will, 615-737-1045. What's up, Will?
What's up, Will?
Hey, Ramon and Will. Ramon, in regards to the golfer wearing the black outfit, and by the way, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
There was a landmark study in 1989, a scientific published in Nature. It was titled, Why Do Bedouins Wear Black Robes in Hot Deserts? Because you mentioned, man, it's got to be hot and black. Interesting. You know, everybody would think of that. But I remember the study in regards to they analyzed the thermal physics behind traditional loose-fitting Arabic clothing, explaining why wearing black in extreme heat is actually highly efficient.
Yeah.
And the study concluded that the net heat load reaching the skin is exactly the same whether the person wears loose white robe or a loose black robe, and the loose blowing cut rather than the color. So basically it comes down to, in the study, that it was 1 degree cooler with the black than the white.
Wow.
Okay.
It's funny you say that. So
Thank you, Will. Appreciate the call.
In Pittsburgh, we did a camp at St. Vincent College, just home to the second largest monastery. There are monks on campus. I got a real good friend of mine. I'm actually on the board of directors up there in St. Vincent College, and the monks wear the black robes. And I asked Father Paul, that's my good friend, Father Paul, are you not hot in that? And he was like, no, this actually feels very good in this heat. Here's the difference, though, in the two. Those guys wear robes and loose-fitting stuff. The golfer had on a polo with some skinny pants on. So I wondered, did he have the breathing room underneath to stay cool, though?
It's a good question.
Yeah. I did know that. Yeah, I did know that for sure, though, that loose-fitting black in the sun was good as far as heat control.
Interesting.
Yeah, I knew that. Your boy's well-read out here.
Of course you are. Absolutely. So there were positives and negatives last night for the Titans offensive line. Maybe the good news, Ramon, out of last night's win over the 49ers is that the positives kind of came from the starters, didn't they?
Yes, it did.
The biggest positives, Fernando Carmona showed up a little bit, and J.C. Latham had himself a good night. Brian Baldinger just put out a couple clips of Peter Skoronski, said Titans running backs are going to be traveling on that Highway 77 this year, which is a great line.
That's good. I saw people get mad at Peter. He had a couple of moments, but all of them did at a point in time. I like Peter's pulling. You remember I said that was the one part of his game I want to see take that next step. How does he create lanes?
You were fired up at one of the breaks, too. Like, did you see Peter put that guy on his butt?
He finished him, man. I'm glad you brought that back up. That's what I was speaking of last week. You remember we brought this up like, Peter's got to be seen. If that was a national broadcast last night, they're rewinding it, and Brian Baldinger right now speaking on it like he is at a higher level. That's what you were looking for, man. I was proud of that offensive line.
Should be.
The first group.
Oh, the first group.
Most definitely. They set the tone.
Is Fernando Carmona a safe bet to be the week one starting right guard at this point?
Yeah. That's my personal opinion, the way I kind of seen these kind of be set up.
It's my opinion as well.
If you got a young guy and an old guy in competition, and they're very similar to one another, I'm going to elect the young guy. I can mold them better.
Robert Saleh was asked about Fernando Carmona last night and had this to say.
Yeah, it was his opportunity, and Carmona's doing a great job. He's he put his foot in the door, and he's doing his best to pry it open and blast through that thing. So he's done a nice job. I'm looking forward to seeing the tape to see how he performed. I feel like it was pretty good. Like I said, I thought all three groups ran the ball pretty well today, and so there's going to be a lot of good stuff to take from it.
There you go.
It's exactly his evaluation is that Carmona got to hold on, and he got to start thriving a little bit more. If he's in a position, the rookie Fernando Carmona at right guard can erase mental errors, whatever those corrections are in team meeting, and each and every day, like coaches give you the answers to the test. Coach Saleh is looking for two things with this team as it stands right now: fast and violence. If you can do those two things every single play, they'll take care of everything else after the fact. If you mess up fast and violent, they'll get you, because this game needs that play in and play out week in and week out as well. And that's something that Carmona possesses. I know everybody's been tracking his old college days, which is like where he had the personal foul stuff. There's a line. That's the line you don't cross. As opposed to like being able to hone that in as a pro, well, that is very attractive for that position. Not stepping on ankles.
Well, and for this group, Ramon, and for this offensive line, having someone to push that line a little bit,
bro,
on the border between extracurricular, hurting the team penalties, and just nasty play within the boundaries, like having someone push that line a little bit, I think is okay for a group that has not had a tone to be set for years.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Big Boss Bert, too, speaking of stacking days, though, too. He mentioned a little bit of something I thought was super unique, man. The defensive line, were you a little shocked that there wasn't much finish behind the line of scrimmage as far as getting to the quarterback or missing those tackles?
Yeah, I didn't see the same disruption in the pass game that I did in the run game, because the Titans had 7 tackles for loss last night, and they were getting upfield and they were attacking in that, but it seemed like their only opportunities to really get after the quarterback were when they sent extra blitzers and just really heated up Adrian Martinez, because I don't really think they touched Curtis Rourke all night.
I don't think so.
He only had a couple drives to be
Curtis kind of cooked last night.
He was really good.
He was like, who is this guy?
JMU legend, Curtis Rourke.
Straight up Indiana legend, Curtis Rourke, man, before they took it over the edge,
Go
man.
Dukes. Go Dukes.
But with that being said, though, that's where the game planning and also like rush and coverage having to work together. If you're lacking in either one of those, or you can't get home as far as the rush goes up front, like it shouldn't get to the point, and we've kind of seen this be the case. It shouldn't get to the point where Jeff gets ticked off and then they turn it up. You know, like, and you don't want that to be what's driving your success. Like, it should be self-motivated. I know John Franklin Myers wasn't out there. Jacob Martin with the first unit wasn't there as well. And there was some good that ended up happening with the reserves that came in from time to time, man. Like, legitimately, I thought Malik Herring had a good night. I thought Timmy Horn had a good night. I thought Jalen Holmes had a good night as far as the reserve goes. But once you get past that first wave of guys, who's going to be backing it up and being able to capitalize on those moments where if Cordell Flott doesn't find a way to correct this, like, can Rush get home? Can you disguise some stuff? Do you want to move him around? Like, these are questions that have to be presented and answered into this preseason.
The negatives from the offensive line, Ramon, the second and third groups made it pretty hard to evaluate Will Levis last night.
They did. It just wasn't much flow. They got kind of pushed back. I thought when San Francisco defensive line saw them coming to the game, it was like, okay, now it's time to go eat.
Are you more open to the idea now that this team's swing tackle might currently be on another roster?
I am, although I didn't see anything bad out of Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon.
I noticed him get pushed back into Will Levis once. It didn't create a sack, but just kind of gave up ground. But right now, I mean, yeah, I feel the same way I have all along about between the guys that are currently on the roster. I think Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon's your third tackle right now.
Yeah, right now. I do think they will explore somebody outside of it on the waiver wire for sure.
I think Crenshaw-Dixon continues to perform better and more consistently than Austin Deculus.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Austin, he has the attitude. Here, you want to know what else I want to say about Austin Deculus?
What's that?
He a guard, in my opinion.
Interesting.
If you can't set and be efficient on the edge the way you need to,
which is a problem, yeah.
That was glaring last night, was it not?
It was.
I know I'm always trying to turn defensive linemen into the offensive linemen and offensive tackles into guards, but I think this one checks out. He may be suited to change his position as far as his career goes, extend it out by moving in on the interior. I don't see his athleticism as much as I want to.
Who are you more concerned about this morning, Cam Ward or Cordell Flott?
Flott. Flott's older. Cam's young.
Same.
Flott.
And I'm still not saying they should have signed him or, taking a victory lap like, oh, this was a bad move. Like, it's one preseason game. But it was not a great debut.
For such a simple game plan.
Yeah.
And also simple routes. Like, he ain't even hit him with a double move.
It's a bit concerning.
Yeah,
it is.
And like,
because it's also a continuation of some of what we've seen in practice.
The earlier parts of it, though, when that series started for the O and the D, I was just like, okay, Cordell Flott sees Johnny on the spot. He's making a tackle. He's not allowing yak. And then they found their Snicker bar. They found their candy bar, and they kept going at him. They kept attacking him. Like, Jason Stribling, like, second-round Ole Miss wide receivers are a thing, most definitely. And they attacked, and the young fella cooked. As a starter that he is and as a vet, like, he going to have to make that pay off right there, and I hope he's up for that challenge, Will.
Deshaun Stribling, Cam Ward's old teammate at Washington State.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Before he transferred to Ole Miss. A lot of Washington State shout-outs in the show today.
Jeez. But, yeah, I'm more concerned with watching Flott kind of bring it all together. So we'll have to smirk on his face.
I do?
You had it. You don't anymore.
Ron Slade, I was happy that Ron Slade is going to come in studio. That's why I'm smirking.
But you are.
Ron Slade joins us next. Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone is in hour number 4 on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, wherever you are. Great to be recapping a football game with our friends. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Ron Slay, who has made his entrance into the studio, has given me a fist bump as always, has given Ramon his handshake that he always does, and then has turned down the lights.
Yeah. I like it.
Set the mood a little bit.
I know Buck is too.
Put me to sleep if you're not careful.
Buck gonna turn him on. He pretty much on a midnight train. What was the soul? What was
he take the Pendergrass. He can turn him off.
Mayor turns on every light in the house is on
that's Babs.
That's Babs.
Yeah, Babs don't want to like every time I got to turn it down before she comes in so she won't notice her eyes won't adjust.
Backyard bright as the
hit mailboxes.
She's blind. Blinded by the light.
How we doing?
She hung up on me.
What up, man?
Good morning.
All right, man. What's happening with y'all, man?
Oh, not much. Just hanging out.
Who was sitting right here earlier?
Rhett was in there. We came straight.
No, it was
Zach Lyons, because
he's loud.
The plane landed at 5:45,
Okay.
and we were in here at 6:15, which meant Zach Lyons got us off and running.
He did,
here.
Yeah.
Check out Papa Bowling, man. Like, good God.
You got to get him over there.
Yeah. What's happening, man? Hey, how was, first of all, man, y'all done touch back down. What y'all body feeling like?
I feel all right right
Good.
now.
Y'all
I got
cool
a
right
plan
now?
after this. I just told Buck I got a nice plan after
plan.
this one. Go home, administer to myself, shower, close the curtains.
Close it and go on down.
Go down.
Y'all got practice today?
Yeah, we got a scrimmage tonight.
What time?
6:30.
I'm going to go to the Sounds game, watch national champion Blake Burke play for the Nashville Sounds.
You know what y'all doing?
What's that?
Right now, life goes on.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life continues to turn.
Look, all we do is
in the
talk about
preseason.
sports. We're not working outside in this heat like people that are working way harder than us right now.
Like,
We're not digging ditches.
No. You know what I say about this?
We're just happy to be here.
You ask, you beg, you pray.
Talk to him
for these types of moments. And
absolutely.
You want us to fall short of what we asked and begged.
There you go.
Hey God, man, I promise you, if you give me this moment, I swear to you, I won't ask.
Give me one more.
What do I look like failing him when I've been begging for this?
See, Savage, this is what I'm telling y'all, man. Like,
in Jesus' name.
Hey, man. Dude, you got to understand, before we even get into it, because there was certain things I was looking for last night while watching that game. But let me give this to the people. Starvation and dehydration is the thief.
Yeah, it is.
Of your joy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You become delusional.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you're so hungry at times that any scraps that are thrown out, you eating to fulfill that hunger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Little puddle on the side of the road, you can walk past it if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can get down on your knees and lap it up.
Lap it up.
You know what I mean? It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
I'm with that.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, whatever you want to do. But understand this. The preseason, people, is the appetizer to you getting in the building to go and get the meal. You ain't even made it in the building yet. You haven't made it in the building yet. You know, so when the people are walking by outside, which they know it's a long line, and they got a tray of food and a tray of drinks.
Yeah.
Prosecco, let's say.
Okay.
They sitting there, you feel what I'm saying? Little hors d'oeuvres. Little hot dogs, little glizzes on the stick. You know what I mean? The little sausages on the stick, the little honey glaze. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's going to be good. It's going to be quenching your thirst because you ain't had nothing in a long time. So you may even go to the length of stealing the tray and running off.
Yeah.
And everybody looking at you like, look at this fool. This fool don't even know what's inside.
Got plenty.
Plenty in here. You ain't even made it inside. But you see a little bit of food and say, oh, this it. Oh, this it. This the meal. Let's get it.
You see more.
That's all. So now you done got so full, you finally made it to the door and get inside. You get to your table like Will Lee Wedding. They bring your plate and you just sit back rubbing your belly because you're so full you can't even eat. You're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know what to do with it because I'm full of foolishness that I got full outside with. So now you got to sit back and say, the next time I approach this, I got to approach it differently. The little food that I get, Manage it with your body. Don't just eat everything you see. You sit at the buffet, you see all this food, you don't even get to taste it. You're so hungry. You just scrapping it like Garfield. Remember how you throw it in the air like that with the pasta and everything? You feel what I'm saying? Savage, you know what I mean? Like a little windmill, the food just going into his mouth. Like, you don't even get to taste it. But by the end of it, somebody walk in and say, hey, man, how was the chicken? I don't know. It's gone.
Yeah.
How was the meatloaf? It's gone. How's the mashed potatoes? It's gone. I don't even know because I didn't have time to taste it. Because the starvation and the dehydration of losing has robbed you of your joy. So you don't really know what to look at. And I'm speaking about me too.
I like how you brought that together.
You don't even know what to look at no more. So what you need to do, all you people out there that love Coach Mack so much and you live by what he say, well, don't be an IE. Don't do it. Like, don't flip it. You know what I mean? Slap it up, rub it down. Oh, no. You know what I mean? That's all I'm telling them, Savage.
Yeah.
Willie, I'm saying, understand what you're going in to watch.
Yeah.
Is it going to be bad? Absolutely. That's why it's a soft opening. That's what the preseason is. It's a soft opening.
Element.
So when you get to the season and the restaurant is open, everybody hit the door and let's go. Then we can get in there and say, yeah, I remember the soft opening, we told you to change this up. You didn't change this up. Now your water coming out. It been sitting there too long. Now it's lukewarm. You got room temperature. What happened to the ice cubes? Why you just didn't bring the cold bottle and let me pour it out myself? I'll put it in a little chill bucket where I can put the water in, pull it out. I want that chill like I want it. So that's all I'm saying before we even get into it. Hey, people, don't let your dehydration and your being so famine steal your joy.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. So whatever you got to do with that, you take it, you run with it, do what you will. Just know when you running off with that tray of little glizzes on the stick, we pointing and laughing at you.
We got steak inside.
Yeah. You ain't even made it.
We got steak inside.
These are good ones.
Yeah.
Ribeyes, fillets, wagyus, you know what I mean? All that, we got a little bit of everything. We got bison. You got the bisons out there now, the Savage. There's some bisons out there.
They got
don't
A5
bison.
Wagyu in the house.
It's an abundance.
Don't go to an Italian restaurant and fill up on breadsticks before your pasta comes.
That's why Olive Garden does it.
Yeah, that's right.
The free breadsticks. Take them. We got all you can eat pasta. We're going to wait about 10 extra minutes, bring you all the bread, all the water. You want honey and butter too? But all that is so sweet and so good. We bring you one bowl of pasta.
Have extra butter.
You don't forget.
So what you
garlic butter if you want, Willie.
They hard on them right now is what you saying.
They ain't even really understanding what they seeing because we want the meal. We looked at the menu. The menu look good, Savage. But you ain't got it in your hands to order. You're not in the building. This right here is called complimentary hosting. When you in line, this is on behalf of our establishment. I see a long line extended out the door. Shout out Pancake Pantry, High B. All y'all out of towners, y'all check it out. No free shout outs, but you know what it is when that line wrapped around. This is for y'all. When they put the little water cooler out there, somebody serving orange juice, or they got maybe some little cold-blooded biscuits.
Yep.
That's just to get you through the line so you ain't out there dying in the heat. That's all. We don't want you to be a skeleton in the line. We want by the time you make it like, oh, man, that's same way I got out the car. I'm ready to go.
I'm put my linen cloth in my lap.
Come on.
I'm with you, Savage.
Come on, man.
We ain't even order drinks yet.
That's all I'm saying.
Water and bread.
Just put the bread on the table. We're already complaining about the entire meal.
Come on, man. And that's for everybody. Me included. Just be right there, y'all. Make sure you're able to get in because we don't want you to miss it.
If the steak ends up being cold or not cooked at the temperature we want it to, we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. We've not even given our orders.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know who
I love how you brought that together.
You didn't get to see who
very well done. I really did feel like you were a preacher and you're about to tell us, please open your Bibles to Matthew 5.
I'm just saying, man. Like, it got to make sense, dog.
Here's stanzas 1, 2, and 4 of Come As You Are.
Yeah, like,
please rise.
Yeah. You know you're going to be in line, but all you can talk about is the valet.
I think, though, like, that leads into it's free valet if they'd actually got the ticket checked.
You didn't even know it's complimentary.
It's free.
It's complimentary, Dre.
I'm with you, but like that's hard explaining that, Savage. when they so rabid about this process and emotional about this game.
Me too.
Like, but you even had to check me one time about that. It was like, what year did you have your best year? I was like, probably my junior year. Slow down then. Like, and I know, like, and we spoke about it a little bit earlier, like, the pressure for Cam is through the roof, Savage. But, like, it's still a process. And that, I think that is the biggest part of it all. When you look at the squad, like, if you've been, and I'm going to say it again for the folks that ain't listening, tune them back into us. They have been preaching. They still at the floor level.
Yep.
They ain't even hit the button, Savage, to go up to the mezzanine side and see the pool just yet.
Yep.
Like, there's a rooftop pool, too, but they hadn't even gone to the workout section on the mezzanine floor to actually see what this is about. Savage, what is training camp, man? What is the goal of training camp?
It's to build and install.
Build and install. Find out what our flaws are.
Who we are.
And minimize them as much as you possibly can.
I just told it on our show yesterday. Like, being in the professional ranks, we used to have friendlies. We call them friendlies, you know what I mean, where scrimmages and, you know what I mean, where you're playing other teams that's in your division, in your league, whatever it may be. And, like, those coaches know each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and the conversation is going to be, give us something that we haven't seen to make us better. So a lot of times in those, early in the season, if you come out killing, I remember my coach one time, we out there playing and the team started doubling. I'm like, dog, what? This is a friendly. Like, what are y'all doubling in this, dog? Come on. So we go back to the timeout. Coach was like, hey, man, we got to do this. I was like, Coach, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, this don't make sense. It was like, yeah, but they're giving us a look that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
So it ain't just about you. It's about, do everybody else know where to be when you get doubled? Can they give you an outlets? Do they know what to do if you doubled? You know what I'm saying? You're not the primary guy anymore. Now you're a magnet to everybody. Get rid of the ball. So it's things you're working on, but it's building into it. You don't, hey, man, it's a whole process. And I want it fast, too, though. You know what I mean? I want us to go out there yesterday, 38-7. Cool.
No parlay on that one.
No parlay.
That's just what you want.
Yeah, that's just what I want. Every single time. Every time. In the blue and white scrimmage, I wanted the same thing. I want it every single time.
You want them to run out of fireworks.
Yeah, like that was my goal.
You did say
they was talking about the team. I want them to have to call Vanderbilt and say, can we borrow a couple? I know your SEC season was a little further out. We out here exploding things. I want the juvenile justice center to wake up. I want them to be like, man, the freedom is upon us. And it's not. It's not. That's just the Titans keep scoring. That's what I wanted them to know. So y'all just be cool, man. Like, it's just got to be cool, man. It's going to happen. It's a process to it. And we can't just do it. If this is week 3, week 4, yeah, let's get on them. You know what I mean? But all that being said, I said going in, 2 things I was looking for. Both to start fast. I told Babs yesterday, I expect this defense not to let them in the box in the first quarter. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Check that one. I wanted to see this offense start fast and violent. I'm tired of hearing about it. Go be fast and violent. They were fast and violent.
95-yard drive.
I'm cool with it. I said the other thing I was watching was the secondary. That's who I was on.
Yeah.
Amani Hooker, Kevin Winston Jr., Marcus Harris, Flott, Alante Taylor. I wanted to see them in that marriage with the pass rush that we're going to see fast and violent, be as one. And we didn't see that.
No.
Stripling.
Hey, dog.
8.
Yeah, he did.
Good gosh. So that's what I was watching. All the other stuff, man, yeah, we get to it, dog. I know we got to show the field. We got to talk about every piece. And everybody got their own voice and whatever they can say. But, dog, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. You have by far one of the best quotables of the day.
I ain't got much more, Dre.
Freedom is upon us. That's juvenile justice.
It's right there, Dre. But it really ain't.
Because the Titans scored touchdowns.
That first drive, though, to open it up, I thought was a tone setter.
Oh, that's what we wanted.
And so I was talking to Big Boss Bird on this, too. Like,
Triple B.
We'll see where we have to condition our minds on this defense, though, too.
Yeah.
Because here's the other part of it. One touchdown was scored last night, and they fought tooth and nail for that one as well. They ended up getting it on the 1-yard line.
Right.
The way this defense showed last night, are you okay, Savage? I asked you, of a bend but don't break, because that's what it equated to last night. One score.
Which, by the way, if they'd correctly called Deshaun Stribling out of bounds on 3rd down, they might not have even had that one score in the end zone.
Because that's a lot of yards to give up when you live a bend but don't break lifestyle.
That's a whole lot.
But when they got to the red zone, clink, clink, like the juvenile center.
Yep. Yep. This is what I feel. If we had to take off of that game and say this is what the season is going to be, it's going to be more on the defense and more on the running game right now, even with all those weapons, to establish something before you can get comfortable enough to open it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think if I let's say we went into the defensive room and we asked, are y'all good with that? Are y'all okay with that?
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying? That's going to be the question, because that's what wore, I believe, on this defense last year. You know what I'm saying? And it started to be, not saying the locker room broke apart or anything, and pointing fingers, but you started to hear more of, come on, y'all, like, golly, we out there all day. You know what I'm saying? Now, the caveat in that is Sly was hitting, though, too.
Yeah, he was.
You feel what I'm saying? So you at least ain't going down and getting nothing. But the offense, when you walk in there, the first thing Cam's saying is, man, we got to get in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got to get in the box. By any means necessary, that's what y'all got to do. However y'all got to go about doing it, that's what you need to do. I think this defense, but y'all, and I say y'all, NFL players, always coaches, everybody affiliated with, always say defense is going to be ahead of the offense.
Usually,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what you look at, and that's why I expect to go out there and carry it. If this game were to continue and those starters stayed out there, do I think that at some point it was going to be a turnover too? Absolutely. Do I also think that what we've been seeing in the preseason about these linebackers trying to figure it out and get your eyes out the backfield? Yeah, the same thing. It was one play, Cedric Gray went all the way up. It was a great play action, and he went damn near to the line of scrimmage before he recognized, play action.
Yep,
and he threw it right behind him.
Sure did.
And then it dropped fast enough. If he would have knew it fast enough, he would have got out of there, got to his coverage, and that pass wouldn't have been there. Or if he did want to throw it anyway, he would have been a tip or a pick or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It wouldn't have been, it was too open. So it's that stuff. And this one of the guys you praised with over 100 tackles. You know what I'm saying? A middle linebacker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like...
and that's the part of it, too, where I'm hoping that they've spoke to Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw about how do you play this? Like, are you just buzzing your feet before crashing down on a run action, or do you drop back like that's? I continually say that's what's made Fred Warner an all-pro.
Yeah.
Is he has the ability to be able to stay where he's at, read. If it's downhill, he's gone.
Yeah.
And if not, he's dropping back in coverage. That, to me, I thought was probably one of the more beneficial sizes. Like Cedric Gray spoke about this, like, I want to go talk to Fred Warner and see how he plays and specialize in his defense. And the other part of that, you got to be athletic as well.
Sure do.
Like, if you're running downhill and you ain't got the athleticism to drop back fast enough, and again, that play action, and they set it up perfect. I got to give it to the 49. Run.
Yeah.
Run. Pass, play action.
Yep.
And suck you up, and then next thing you know, dropping over the second layer of the defense.
Yep.
Like, it's just, that's to your point, the discipline of learning this defense has to take suit. Like, it's got to take up, and hopefully, to your point, you're not rushing to eat all the breadsticks you can.
Yeah.
And really setting yourself up to say, you know what, I'm going to be patient and wait on my meal first.
They're going to be there.
Yes, it's going to be there. I want a 10-piece right now from Strikeout Wings. I'm going to go to sleep, though.
Didn't Knockout Wings return?
Yeah, they had a pop-up. It was a piece of them. They took a piece of it. It wasn't the original guy.
Yeah, I remember going there in high school.
Yeah, but everything was wrapped all the way around the block.
I saw the video.
Good God.
I saw the video. Like,
nostalgia
truly.
is real, boy.
Those wings were so good.
I didn't know anything about that. You have to learn me, Savage.
Ooh, Dre.
You have to learn me.
I'm
surprised that made it in my algorithm before yours.
If the original,
I saw it, but I ain't know nothing about it.
If the original opened back up, I'm telling you this right now. All they have to do is sell the bread and the tea.
Or the bread being
the biscuits and tea is
the biscuits were incredible.
Savage. That and the tea, dog. Like you forget. I'll get the wings next time, dog.
Tempt me with a good time.
I'm starving.
Lord of mercy.
615-737-1045.
Tempt me with a good time.
I want to hear Ron Slay's thoughts on the Titans radio broadcast when we come back, because I want to make Ramon uncomfortable and give Ron Slay the floor to give Ramon the praise that he deserves for how good that he sounded with Taylor Zarzour on last night's broadcast. Coming up after this, as we wrap up Sleep Deprived Radio on 104.5 The Zone. We are running through the finish line on Sleep Deprived Radio. I guess maybe that's our version today of Sad Boy Radio, which is coming up next on the Buck Rising Show.
I love this experience, though.
Honestly, this was fun. It's like, again, it's the tweet of, I actually asked my landlord to raise my rent because I felt like I wasn't grinding hard enough. Like I enjoyed this last 48 hours with you. This was fun,
man.
Slay, I wanted to give you the floor because Ramon will run away and maybe try to leave the studio as we do this. But we're going to hold him down and force him to hear praise of him because he crushed it last night.
Yeah, I listened to the entire thing, man. It was dope. From the opening all the way through, I thought everybody was themselves. You know what I mean? Interjecting when they needed to. The flow was good. Giving props to Savage, man. I told my boy, you sound like you. You know what I mean? Like that's all I needed him to do. Just go be him. You know what I mean? And he was him. I thought it was enough space for it to breathe. Not commenting on everything, like just when needing to give the details, because you also got to paint a picture. It's not on TV, you on radio. That's true. Thought he did a terrific job of that, man. Like the back and forth with him and Taylor. Even heard a little chuckle out of Taylor a couple of times. You know what I mean? Heard some digs at Will. You know what I mean? Like it was good. Everybody included. You know what I mean? It was dope, y'all. I thought this was really good. Throwing it to B Hop. Enough. I thought getting his insight on the field was really, really well, really done well. So, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm listening to it. Hey, my boy know I'm proud of him. I'm gonna hit him and tell him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
like,
of course.
Yeah, that's what I needed to see, needed to hear last night. That was Savage all the way through and through. So
I had fun with it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was pretty cool. Again, the pressure is always a privilege and being in this spot, but most definitely. I've talked to Titans alum. I talked to Ms. Amy Burke-Nihill, Charles, Aaron Schwartz, just the whole group, Taylor. Everybody's been involved in this process of me taking on this role. I was just letting like, hey, y'all let me know if I ain't holding it up now. Let me know. And like the whole thing is like they trusted me to go get this job done. And the thing about it, like, I love this game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I love what his team is headed with this process too. Like me, Savage, you know me.
Yep.
I like the messiness. I enjoy the bad.
Yeah.
Because I know like what the process is. Like I'm an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
I live this life.
Yep.
Oh, obstacle?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That's why I'm trying to pump the brakes on some of this fan base as far as like the task ain't done.
Right.
Like Cam's nowhere near what you want him to be, and damn it, I don't think he wants to be at this spot either. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Saleh, no. He failed in New York. He said it.
Yep.
Dable knows he's failed. Yep. Like they all know it. Like, but we can't be into this IE. No, IS, instant satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where I feel like it ruins, Savage, to your point, and ruins this process. Like you hate Sundays because of like you want instant satisfaction.
Yep.
Do you want to win or do you want to be right when you're negative?
Then the other part is too, like I think it's going to be this way because this is actually the first time that a lot of people got to see him. What did they have? They had the blue and white scrimmage at Nissan. You had maybe 1 or 2 open practices. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 3. I think that's pushing it because y'all left and hit the road. So I think it's going to be interesting to see, you know what I mean, after people get to see it over and over. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Good to see you. Good to see you crushing it too on ESPN this week.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Holding it down.
What time it is.
That's another week in the books. We are back at it Monday as we begin another week. Seattle Seahawks come to town next week, and we got more practices to discuss. The Buck Rising Show is coming up next.
No doubt, man. Y'all know what we do on Fridays, man. One, welcome back to football, but seriously, check on your elderly folks. It's hot. Check in on them, man. The AC units might be out and they ain't called you yet, man. You don't want no bad news, but have a random conversation with somebody, man. Call your folks that you ain't talked to in a very long time. Buy somebody a random drink, man. Sit down and have a random conversation. We're more alike than we are different, no matter what they say, and we know who they are, good people. ELE, my good people, man. Everybody love everybody. Peace.